He's going to love that. He's going to absolutely love that they got Mercer.
Wrong side, though.
Okay, Aloha Dance is not playing the Ursa. He's not going to love it. It is going to be, of course, Pycat. Pycat Ursa, the big old bear himself.
Right.
Actually, not really much of a big old bear, really.
We saw Bounty do great. Was one game against EG, I think, or when there was the Bounty and Death Prophet, I think, and they just kept on killing Sumail's Ember Spirit mid. But Bounty can get into a situation where once you're no longer able to harass the lanes, it feels like you just don't do much in team fights. You're kind of just walking around tracking people. And I have to wonder if he's a good fit for this lineup. Maybe you want a more active one that's always ganking. I'm not sure if Navi's lineup, with maybe the exception of the Ursa, is a good fit for doing that.
Красивые тачки, и угонять нужно красиво.
А это было в плане? Тебе же плевать на планы.
От создателей «Заложницы» и «Двойного форсажа». Кино с 20 июля. Овердрайв.
his house. Here we go. Get down. All right. You're at my house now. This is Chunky's house. Hey, what's up? Get up back. Hey, what's up? Get up back. Feel it in here. Here we go.
Same way you say that you do. You got to show me love. I know I ain't right, I'm a dog. And all the other things that you heard on the blog. I know I got many flaws. The spoiled little kid that ain't have many chores. I grew up like Bam in the party going ham. I threw up like Bam. Everybody gather round for the jam. We on the come up and here's the master plan. The plan is to disturb the planet. Please do not misserve or panic. I'm flying from NY to London. That's hours across the Atlantic. I fly like a 747. And that means I'm always in transit. Prepare for takeoff. You know them stay hot like a cake at a bake-off. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love rough like rugby. And I don't got pass for the crew. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love gets so ugly. Like the passion pad at the zoo. She said the timing bad. I'm trying to put you in a hole with my Heimlich bag. When you think, man, it's kinda sad. Thoughts of being yours was kinda rad. I don't front, I keep it real as can get. You ain't gonna find another brother real than this. Yeah, I let you search though. But don't try to come back to me when your feelings all hurt though. You hurt mine, I was there with the first blow. Tried to duck, yes, I was moving first slow. Love hurts on the real, that's the word, yo. So, like, I'ma need a nurse, yo. And now I got the cheat codes for the games that you play. So I'm on my way to Heathrow for the rest of the day. Now check it out. Why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love rough like rugby. And I don't got pass for the crew. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love gets so ugly. Like the passion pad at to show me love. You got 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 to show me love. Oh, you got to, yeah. Now why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love rough like rugby. And I don't got pass for the crew. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love gets so ugly. Like the pet you don't pet at the zoo, So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love rough like rugby. And I don't got pass for the crew. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love gets so ugly. Like the pet you don't pet at the zoo, why?
Дело не в том, что ты делаешь, а зачем. Что заставляет тебя взбираться выше, погружаться глубже, двигаться дальше? Какова твоя миссия? Я — миссия выполнима. Я Кей Мишин. Я Никон. Дело не в том, что ты делаешь, а зачем. Что заставляет тебя взбираться выше, погружаться глубже, двигаться дальше? Какова твоя миссия? Я — миссия выполнима. Я Кей Мишин. Я Никон.
So I saw her standing there all by herself. So I walked up to her, Say you don't smoke, oh that's alright. You can roll it up for me and we can light it up. We can light it up to the sunrise. 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 What am I gonna be when I grow up? No one, nobody ever told me I was dope enough to go on. So I kept the flow deep inside me for so long. Worked by myself with myself till I felt I was well enough to pick it back up from the shelf. I was telling them that I would back up. What the hell was I thinking? Taking back old school with no clue of who those shoes belong to. I'm so screwed. So I saw her standing there all by herself. So I walked up to her. I walked up to her. Said, you don't smoke, oh that's alright. You can roll it up for me and we can light it up. We can light it up to
blah, 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 blah.
Современные технологии, высокоточная диагностика, профессиональные специалисты, тысячи успешных операций, лечение дальнозоркости, близорукости, астигматизма, катаракты. Воронежский центр микрохирургии глаза. Улица Кольцовская, 1Б.
spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain. America, God shed His grace on thee. He crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God shed His grace on thee, and He
Ну что, перч? Перч. Перч.
Такой острый, что просто перч! Острый шеф-бургер в KFC всего за 99 рублей. KFC, делай перч!
flashing lights, the timing is right, it's the time of your life. Go, go. When it all comes to fruition, let it take you away. Hey, I don't really need to take what the world hands me in a plate. Feel me? I grind for mine. When it's time to shine, I'm Mr. Solar Eclipse. Whoa, whoa, go. On your road, eyes closed, don't wait, let it take you away. Today is the day, don't hesitate. Just gotta make that move. Move to wherever you gotta go to gain that strength at length. I give that truth to you, and whoever gon' need it, just believe it and you shall receive it. You heard? You gotta take it out that moment, let it take you away. You gotta make it last that moment, let it take you away. You gotta take it out that moment, let it take you away. You gotta make it last that moment, let it take you away. The moment is yours, go ahead and open the door. The time is now. We gon' paint the town red and gold. Feels so incredible, head to toe. Thought that I should let you know, yeah. I'm screaming from the rooftops. Old shoes, but I got a pair of new socks. Moonwalk across, yeah, I'm too hot. Made it all the way to the top from out of the boondocks. Yeah, and I'm flying up and away now. I'm rising, let it take me away. Feel like shouting. Made it to the top of the mountain we've been climbing. And I love the taste and the feeling when the sunshine hits your face. The moment that you finish the race and everything falls into place. Yeah. You gotta take it out that moment, let it take you away. You gotta make it last that moment, let it take you away. You gotta take it out that moment, let it take you away. You gotta make it last that moment, let it take you away. Don't let it slip away.
was a DreamHack PC. What if we told you there is? This is the DreamHack PC, built with the best components on the market, optimized for a flawless esports experience. Just add games.
Oh, hello again. Boy, quite a day we had yesterday, wasn't it? Long one. But hey, you're here again. Welcome back to Dream League in Atlanta, the finals of Dream League. My cozy corner is always open to you, and it's so nice to have you return. Well, hope you're ready for a lot of action today in the finals, but just know that I'll be here along with you. So stick around, relax, and enjoy the Dota.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dream League Season 7 Finals here. Coming at you live from beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. We are here inside DreamHack in the World Congress Center in front of a live audience who are hyped up and ready for some more Dota action. Well, hi there, I'm Dakota, and I'm gonna be your host this remaining finals and captain, if you will, of the Dream League fleet. But no captain is complete without that fleet. Let me go ahead and introduce my opening panel right now. We got none other than the illustrious Slacks, Cap, and Merlini. Gentlemen, an absolute pleasure to have you on this fine morning. You guys look so great.
Thank you, so do you.
You guys must have gotten some good rest, right? It was a long day yesterday, Slacks.
Yeah,
long.
hell yeah. 17 hours of Dota, baby. It was fantastic. So I just went home, fired up the PC, stayed up all night, and played some pubs. Woo! I'm going crazy on Red Bull, folk.
You passed right.
Monster.
Monster.
Crazy on Monster.
Shit, did I say Red Bull? Just kidding. Monster. I actually was trying to do a sellout. That's why they don't trust me with that.
It's okay. We'll enjoy this last experience with you while we can. Is this a sad day for you? Not because of that little flub right there, but because it is the last day of Dream League. And
it is.
It's Meme League. I mean, you can't have it without Slack, so, you know, you have to wait now until, unfortunately, next season.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we have had quite a journey. The league's been going on for quite some time. This is the last day. All of that work, all of that selling out, it's finally come to a head. So yeah, I'm sad. But hey, you know what? We're starting her off with a bang with some good-ass teams and some good-ass Dota.
Absolutely. Cap, I know you have not been a part of Dream League too much, but it's always a pleasure. It's a super chill atmosphere. I mean, how have you made of things so far?
Yeah, it's great. I watched a fair amount of Dream League just because I thought the production was really good, and I thought it was pretty funny. So.
You already got the job, dude. You don't have
I mean, obviously they're going to have an extra slot open with you gone next year, so I'm trying to fill in for that one.
Smart.
Yeah, I think it was watching some of the teams. I thought I was really surprised by Vega Squadron. I remember thinking like, oh, Virtus Pro will probably get top 3. Like I didn't really expect any of the CIS teams to actually be that strong, but Vega Squadron. Making it far enough to be able to get here to the playoffs. Unfortunately, they couldn't get past that. Took that 4th place spot, but still, I think it's like a good sign for the future because they do have some pretty young talent, and I think that the CIS region needs certain people like, say, Aloha Dance. I think he's got a bright future.
Absolutely.
I love watching those guys. They just need a little bit more time together.
Yeah.
It seems like they've been together for maybe 6-7 months, but still need more time in their respective roles. We saw some flubs yesterday.
I think Sioma's a great captain, too. Yeah.
Oh, dude, he was playing forever. I remember casting, like, Star Series. It was when they had 16-team round robin season.
Yeah.
It was like 200 games, and he was on Vega then. He's been there forever.
Yeah, he was playing, like, the hard 5 position back then.
Mm-hmm.
So like you guys were talking about, we did start yesterday with the 4 teams. Unfortunately, it was Vega who had to take their exit early, dropping in that lower bracket matchup. But 3 teams do remain: Planet Odd, Secret, and of course we have Team Liquid there waiting in that grand final. So let's talk a bit, since we're kind of looking over the grand schemes of how Dream League has panned out here for the playoffs. How about Slacks, expectations you were having coming into the finals, and maybe something you were pleasantly surprised by to see?
Sure. Well, I was expecting teams to kind of take it a little easy on this finals, as we talked about before. A couple of these are already going to TI, saving strat, you know, well, I'm going to pick bad heroes and make it work. And what I saw were teams trying real hard. I mean, even with kind of strange drafts, maybe a little bit of that, they just went in and they would not stop. All those games, the Planet Odd games especially, out of anybody, the comebacks on that team yesterday were fantastic to watch. So super surprised by the effort, the dedication of these lovely Dota players.
Really long games, too. We had how many, like, hour-long matches?
Oh,
like, at
plenty,
least 3 or
plenty.
Yeah. So, like, I think plenty of other teams, if they really felt demotivated by TI and stuff, they could have just been like, all right, this feels over. You know, tap out.
Do teams like ever really not try, though? Have you ever seen a tournament or a match where they're like, they clearly weren't trying?
I think it's not like, it's Team Secret at TI 5. They weren't trying.
Saving strats for what? TI?
I don't know. They're trying
Team
now,
Secret
baby.
Again, Manila Major.
But now they're trying.
I don't think it's so much like teams are not trying. It's just some teams are obviously not preparing, or just not giving the tournament as much preparation as maybe some others would. I mean,
and there's
only because he put it out there. For example, Moon Meander today is just, you know, happy to put it out there. No scrims, no strategies, nothing. Just balls to the wall. We're coming at you, Kezu. And it's like, okay, all right.
I like they said he's going out in my way, you know? Like, and Moon Meander is that kind of off-lane player, you know? Like, whenever I think of Moon Meander, I think of an aggressive space creator. And so I hope I get to see that from Moon Meander. I hope I get to see, like, a super in-your-face off-lane hero that is just go, 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 kill, kill.
Dude, no one's been chat wheeling.
That's
right.
true.
All right, now they're going to do it. That's great. Great job, Merlini. Okay?
Dude, everyone forgot about this.
Because they forgot. It's been a while. Damn it.
Everyone's good chat.
Actually, I love the chat wheels. I love it during pro cast too, because you know that it tilts the caster every time, and that's the funniest thing.
I asked Toby about that the other day for the thingy, and I was like, is it weird? Just like, you know, you're trying to hype something up, and all of a sudden your own voice comes at you. He said he hated it because, you know, every caster hates the sound of their own voice.
That's hysterical. If you guys have never seen LD get triggered before, it is a hilarious sight, and I think he gets triggered every single cast now. I love it. Thank you, Val.
It just felt like during those regionals for a long time, like you're starting to set the stage for the match. Like just as they load in, you're like, okay, and then they're starting to teleport out and get all the wards going. But of course, that's also the time they like to chat wheel warm up. So you'll see like 9 spams at once. It's like, nah, I think they're gonna do good in the lower lane, and you're trying to talk over it. It's a hot mess. So thanks for bringing it up, Ben. I'm sure we're gonna be
greatest ones.
It's okay.
I'm sure they're going to be bringing it up plenty. But
the Russian chat wheel is actually the best.
It is the greatest chat wheel.
It was a disservice that it wasn't there originally, but obviously the right has been made.
It has been made.
We actually have a recap here for those of you who are not able to tune in yesterday or were not able to stay from the start to the finish on how long of a day it was. Here's a nice little recap made for you from Dream League.
They know that TP's coming in, though.
We want to hold this here. The epicenter getting revved up. Saxa jumps in onto the TA. Mid one gets taken down once. Aegis is popped. Can Odd kill him again? That's the question. MP tries to come forward. The Void Chronosphere is dropped. But there's the stolen Chrono, buying time here for the TA to survive. But still, Burrow Strike comes through. Light Strike as well. They will find the TA kill. They get themselves a third. MP tries for the TP out, but the Bash is there. Planet Odd take them all down. from a low R dance again, straight on Thorax, but Kuroki's there with a quick reaction to the Burrow strike, comes in, Lawler's gonna be up, oh my god, goal! Gets the 5-man black hole! They're all dead! Vega, D1, oh my god! What a play there from Mind Control!
Seriously hype. That black hole was ridiculous, actually. I couldn't quite hear how ham OD was actually going. I mean, yesterday was him banging all over that table because of how hyped the games were, like you were talking about before. Whew. But now that we got to see it again, I mean, what do you think about yesterday overall?
Oh, man, it was just a lot of action-packed, in-your-face Dota. No boring stuff. The split push, they tried with their little anti-mage split push. Here I go, the annoying garbage. And you know what happens to that? 5-man black hole in your face, son. We don't play that here. That's meme league. Don't do that at the majors, okay?
We had some interesting picks as well. We had the Abaddon safe lane picked up by MP in that game 3 for his secret. I mean, I think it's interesting. We've never seen it before.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
That safe lane Underlord.
Thank you, Ben.
That was Underlord?
Yeah, the safe lane Underlord was a lot of fun. What else did we? I want to say there was at least lots of Faceless Void, of course.
Mid-Monkey King?
Oh, yeah, the Monkey King did come out.
That was interesting.
Any of those funky picks,
that one's
whether you like them or not, any of those you'd like to see return today, any of those kind of signature funky picks you'd like to see kind of pull out of the bag?
I would like to see an Arc Warden win today. Did he win any yesterday?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Planet Odd won with it.
1-1 loss.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But it looked like they weren't going to. That was like a barely win. That was their big comeback game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like Arc Warden.
Why do you want Arc Warden to win?
I think he's neat. He reminds me of me. When you don't have any friends, you yourself are your friend. He's a good guy who goes out there and tries to make it work just by himself. So, I don't know. It's cool. It's like the best kind of micro hero that we can see right now that Meepo's dead.
This is how I know you don't play against Arc Warden.
Oh, no. I do all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it miserable?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, he's more miserable than you are. He's the guy without any friends.
Do they skill up ultimate in your skill bracket?
Do they skill the ultimate? Yes. Merlini. They do, in fact.
Do they know how to use the bubble?
I just like watching pros micro, and I don't think there's a better micro hero out there right now.
Yeah, and there's no other hero that makes supports lives more miserable.
Yeah, I'm all about misery in Dota.
Planet Odd. What about Naga?
What?
Do you like Naga?
I love Naga, yeah. She's a
Do you
sick,
like Naga,
disgusting
Techies,
person.
and Arc Warden?
Yeah, they're fun.
Let's get that out there.
I'm just saying, if you play Dota to make other people's lives better, then you're playing the wrong game.
You get jumped when you walk through that curtain. I mean, that's fine.
Everyone at Dota is a sick masochist at heart. That's why we play this game, okay?
So to open up today, guys, we are going to be going into our lower bracket matchup first. A rematch, if you will, already, as it's Planet Odd, taking on Secret once again. Anything that maybe Planet Odd can take away from their first matchup against Secret that they can look to improve into this one? I know it's already been vocalized by them that they're just going to be kind of going whatever the hell they want off the seat of their pants, putting in whatever they feel like, but anything you'd like to see him? I know Cap already mentioned he'd like to see Moon on more of those action-packed kind of heroes, but what else would you like to see, Ben?
Maybe them go outside of the box a little bit more. We saw Reza with a pretty limited pool yesterday. We saw, what, Arc Warden and Anti-Mage?
Moonbeater Furion. How about that?
Oh, yeah. That would be great.
That was actually a classic back in, what was it, like MLG New Orleans or one of those MLG tournaments. Like, he was one of the best Furions at the time. He actually rivaled a Bulldog who retired.
What better way to get in your face but teleporting in and blade mailing?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
So,
and they did ban it out against them yesterday.
Yeah.
And they do always seem to like to have at least one pushing as heroes. So maybe they can fulfill that from the offlane. There were some interesting Pugna picks. We had Pugna support as well as Pugna core. That went 1-1, right?
Skeleton baby.
I can't unsee that now.
Well,
Skeleton Child? Oh, yeah, that's right. Burn Victim Child, whatever he was talking about yesterday.
No one said that.
Oh, you definitely did.
Nobody
said
tried
that.
to deter. You're sick, Dakota. If you listen closely, did you know that Pugna has a male and female voice at the same time?
What?
Pretty weird. Pretty weird. Maybe it's just a little kid. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's just prepubescent.
pretty weird. Yeah, that's the mystery of online. Careful, guys.
Oh, I'm getting the queue now, and I think it's probably the best queue I heard. We need to switch up this panel for sure. It is going to be Cap and Ben, who are going to be our opening casters for today. So we'll get them off the panel here and into the caster booth, and we'll welcome in our other two friends, Odie and Fog. So we'll see them soon.
No surprise.
And we're back. Okay, just like that. Magic, right?
Very good.
We've changed up our panel. Slacks is still here, unfortunately, but we've brought in the other two knuckleheads. We got Odie and Fog. Gentlemen, you will not be doing our opening matchup. We're going to save you for our finals. So instead, we get to pick your brain about the matchup that is coming our way. We were talking about it a little bit. Planet Odd versus Secret here. How you doing, Fog?
You called me a knucklehead. I'm kind of upset.
All right.
Saving the best for last, buddy. Okay. Let's put the scrubs on the first game. Save you guys for the finals.
You know that. Oh, you know it.
Oh, girl.
Actually, I'll do you a favor. It sounds like we have a top 5 of the best plays that happened from yesterday. We'll watch it, we'll reflect, and we'll take it in. Enjoy, top 5.
Afterlife running interference here with the spike carapace, but still having some issues. Minwan's gonna drop pretty fast here, swap back, but he still has the X marks the spot. The counter's there, but he does imprison himself in time. And oh, Alliance is in trouble. That diffuser play, the Phantom Lancer is such a threat to these two cores. You're gonna see G drop as well. MP is here, and he's here to clear all of Vega Squadron off the map. Chronosphere finally gets there, but there's no follow-up. Invoker's dead. It's just him swinging his mace, and that's not gonna do a whole lot. They're still gonna be able to get the Kunkka. Aloha Dance is gonna die. Just call it. Tap out. Aloha Dance says GG.
He's not a hero that's fun to play against.
MP bottom.
Straight up, there we go with the Chronosphere. Do they have the damage to do it? It's gonna be close. He gets the pipe out, and MP trying to back away. Chainfrost comes out, that's enough. They do get themselves the kill. Puppey and Yapzor actually with a stolen Chainfrost. Yapzor doing it there for Secret as he takes down 2. Double kill for the Rubik. They're not done yet as Kezu came in on the back. He's going to try for it, though. See if he can hit the Bastion, and look at that. Yes, he can. Mid one out of mana. Resolution just absolutely manhandling him. He will get the Sunder out onto the illusion, but the Bastions continue to go. But there's the backup. Fisher comes in. The Familiar stuns as well. Resolution in a lot of trouble here. The Echo Slam being dropped. Is it enough chainlock? That is not, because Rezo jumps in forward. The backup's there. Saxon Moon turning up for the fight, enabling Rezo. Again, the stuns. Rezo, he doesn't care. They drops the Abyssal down. Mana Void comes out. He's bursted mid one. And Kezu to fall as well. MP and Puppey trying to man up, but the Lone Storm from Moon thrown down on Rezo, keeping him alive. Oh he jumps forward. MP's got them all. He's down as well. And Planet on.
I do believe they know that TP's coming in, though.
They want to hold this here. The Epicenter getting revved up. Saxa jumps in onto the TA. Mid one gets taken down once. Aegis is popped. And Odd kill him again? That's the question. MP tries to come forward. The Void Chronosphere is dropped. But there's the stolen Chrono. Buying time here for the TA to survive. But still, Burrow Strike comes through. Light Strike as well. They will find the TA kill. They get themselves a third. MP tries for the TP out, but the Bash is there. Planet on. Take them all down.
And I don't know if anything else would actually fit what he wants, what he needs, other than that Battle Fury.
Jump in from below our dance again, straight onto Rax, but Kuroki's there with a quick reaction. The Burrow Strike comes in. Lorna's gonna be up. Oh my god, goal! Gets the 5-man black hole! They're all dead! Vega, T1! Oh my god, what a play there from Mind Control! One of the best black holes I've seen in a while.
There was our top 5 plays from yesterday here for Dream League Season 7 Finals. Mind Control's Black Hole up there at the top. I don't think we're surprised about that, OD. It was quite crazy. Probably one of the crazier black holes I'm sure you have casted in your time.
I mean, I don't think I've seen many 5-man black holes.
Yeah.
You know, it's always the dream, and then suddenly just like that, it happens. You know, Afterlife, as we saw, very nice to offer himself in as he hooked shots into the black hole as well. But we can't really flame him too much because he did have a brilliant game other than that. Every other time, Mind Control wasn't getting these black holes because of Afterlife's play, but yeah, Mind Control, getting the perfect thing. You know, the TP back and just the instant jump. There was no time for Vega Squadron to think, hang on, we're going to get black holed. It was just in there like that. Brilliant plays. And I think overall, really, all 5 of those plays, as we're seeing an incredible standard here, which is really refreshing because coming into this, people were like, our team's going to be holding stuff back. Are we not going to necessarily see what we expect to see at TI? And I think you can't really argue that this is very close, or if not at the same level as what I'm expecting to see at TI. Top stuff from all the teams.
Yeah, top stuff from plays, but maybe some niche picks. And
sure, yeah, maybe still experimenting, but definitely no messing around here.
It definitely has been vocalized by others that it is very difficult if you were going to try to make it through a tournament, even like this, trying not to show something as far as what teams are working with and what's been in the meta right now. So if we wanted to make a bold prediction early, let's say, anything you think that's been pulled from here that might be one of the heroes of TI coming up?
Oh, Sand King, still?
I think, yeah, still sort of that support pool, staying very similar.
Like Enigma.
Enigma,
I mean, we've been seeing that one since...
Yeah.
When did it like make its big come out? It's like what,
I want to say,
right?
Yeah,
DAC when S4 was playing it, and then everybody was like, "This guy's onto something with this cooldown."
Probably anti-mage though, right? I mean, he's like this safe pick that everybody is like, oh well, you know, we could still split push. That's what sometimes pro teams do.
I mean, I
high
think
pressure.
definitely the anti-mage in the sense of being that final pick anti-mage.
Right.
That's definitely going to be something that teams, when they're drafting at TI, they really have to look out for, because we've seen games where, you know, it gets picked 5th and it's just so good. There's no answer for it. He gets his free farm, walks away with the game, especially when you have, you know, these star level position 1 players.
I mean,
Miracle going ham.
That's the TI special,
resolution,
right? The TI special. People start getting like, oh god, you know, nerves start hitting in, and it's like, man, what do we have left? Anti-mage.
Yeah.
We got to go for the late game. Anti-mage always is going to be good for that. So.
But at the same time, earlier yesterday, in the first half of the day, he was 2nd pick. You know, I mean, people just threw him out there just because he was important enough, and now it's still kind of a gotcha. So
I think it's kind of like, I think you were saying this, Fog, when we were talking about it yesterday. It's, you know, teams, maybe they feel comfortable kind of putting it out there because now they know their opponents are going to have to respond to that. They're going to have to now build their draft around this anti-mage, and I don't know how much of it is them feeling comfortable that we could just still continue to play our own anti-mage game, or they know that maybe they paired it early with something like a Shadow Shaman, and they could just create the space easily for them. So I guess if you just get those magical first picks, you might be able to just crypt the AM early enough and still make it work.
Worked a couple times yesterday, so yeah, definitely a possibility.
All right, last thing I'll say about overall patch and prep for TI here, guys. It's very unlikely that there'll be any sort of adjustments to the game after this tournament and then going into TI, but if there was something, what do you think it would be? I mean, I don't want to take the easy one off the table here, but I imagine that if there was anything, maybe Night Stalker, but he's been banned every time. We don't get to see him, but the fact that he's banned every time, maybe he warrants being looked at a little bit.
He got hit by big nerfs anyway, right?
He did, and he's still as popular.
His daytime slow it's like completely negligible. The mana cost on the Hunt of the Night got raised by like 30, so it's up to 80. I mean, if you want to like change some of the crucial stuff, maybe like he loses armor or something like that, but I think he got hit pretty hard, but people still just, it's just the power of the hero.
So anything else then you think that's been coming out here from this event that might be a bit scary at TI? I think we've been overall seeing a good diverse of stuff and tactics, but
it's hard to say because the heroes that are picked up aren't necessarily, they don't seem that strong. It's just they're strong in conjunction with each other, which is kind of the hardest thing to do. I mean, we're seeing a lot of Shadow Shaman, but we're seeing that because we're seeing a lot of aggressive pushing heroes paired up with him. I don't think Shadow Shaman has any problems by himself, but when you pair him with an anti-mage, when you pair him with somebody else that can push really easily, it's a really potent combo that we're seeing lately. So thankfully, I'm not Ice Frog, and I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
It's tough for sure, because we also see what, Void. Void's been like one of the top priority picks in this entire tournament so far, banned either first 2 or picked first 2, or maybe a couple games not like always secured like that, but a bunch of the times it wasn't those first 2 bans or first 2 picks. So that could be another one that maybe gets hit by another small kind of change, because he's been around for quite a while and gaining in popularity again after his nerfs.
What if, when Night Stalker flies, sometimes he can mess up and on the landing, he falls down and he loses
snaps his ankle.
Stun yourself?
Half of your health.
Half?
Well, you don't.
Half of your health.
Don't use
The
it.
air is scary. That's why we don't have flying cars. If there's a car
he
crash,
doesn't fly
everybody's
very
dead.
high, though, does he?
Well, I mean,
It's not like he soars up
it's
into
not
the
graceful. That's a
stratosphere.
lot of weight.
He just hovers.
He's super muscly. That's a lot of uplift, man. I mean, if you look at simple physics.
So then what about when Rubik telekinesis people? They should take 50% health damage when he
No,
drops them?
he lifts them with their mind and he puts them back down with his mind.
By your logic.
Gently, but it stuns the people that it hits when he... How's that gently?
They're
It stuns
stunned
them.
because how gently he put them down. They're, oh my goodness.
Your
They-
telekinetic abilities.
It's magic.
Tiny's toss should be an insta-kill then, by your logic. You know, it just sends him right up into the air.
Ravage, any stun pretty much.
Ravage,
Impale,
yeah.
Everybody's
Listen,
flying.
you guys need to look at physics, okay? The force of wings pushing something up is a lot greater than something just throwing up at the same rate, all right?
Let's talk about more things about how Slacks is flawed in his logic. I like where this is going.
Hey, drink that monster, woo! Nice job, fan.
Oh, we got a good amount of people.
You'll
It's
live
late
on
in
in
the
my
day
heart.
today, so
Yeah.
we
We got a packed house
good
that's
crowd.
ready to go.
Nice final day, you know, all the hype is there. Secret
gotta-
Planet on Liquid, it's very tasty. Every reason to sit here and watch some Dota for the next, well, 6 or 7 or so hours.
Hell yeah.
Secret's in very serious mode. Walking away with him last night at like 2 o'clock in the morning when we finished up.
Yeah.
Just chatting with Puppy a little bit.
Yeah.
He was just like, we were not really happy with ourselves at all. Like he was just like, we want to get as many games as possible so we can practice, learn as much as we can from this tournament. And that's pretty much what this is for. So he was like, today, things are going to be a bit different than yesterday.
Yeah, this is probably going to be their final, like, try-hard, over-glorified scrim opportunity, I guess you could call it, before TI. I'm sure these teams are going to be scrimming plenty and practicing a boatload before TI, but this is where these teams are probably going to be giving it that little bit of extra something to really kind of go a bit try-hard here, so...
Yeah. And people say, like, maybe these, Liquid and Secret, they don't want to win. I mean, Kuroki already said they definitely want to win. They always play to win.
They want to win.
But it's a good morale boost.
I mean,
right before TI,
yeah.
you lose a tournament, that sucks. You're just like, it's in the back of your head a little bit, even you're practicing, like, man, we shouldn't have lost that. But if you win, you're just like, nice.
Well, if you play Dota 2 at this level, like, there's just not a losing bonus. You're never going to not try everything in your power to win.
And Liquid's in the grand finals, too. So if you beat over Liquid, it's pretty damn impressive. You got to feel pretty good for yourself.
I think Planet On might need a little bit of help in this match, like psychologically. I don't know. They got a lot coming up there. Crowd, if you guys want to just line up and do a little Planet Odd jump, that'd help out. Oh, Halo. Hello, everybody. Yeah, welcome to the big screen. Woohoo, Dota.
A Digital Chaos fan.
Oh, sorry, pal.
Oh, we love Bulba.
Yay.
Looking forward to seeing DC rep good old America there at TI.
Planet Odd was once DC.
That's true,
Not too
yeah.
long ago. They were
That's true.
DC Thunderbirds.
Get that man a Planet Odd
right?
t-shirt, you know?
Maybe he got it beforehand. Maybe it's an old jersey. You never know.
Likeliness that the winner of this series is going to be able to take down Liquid, and do you think any of the particular teams, like you could look at one argument being Planet Odd, a team who are coming in with a big old kind of question mark as far as what they're going to bring, and that could perplex Liquid, whereas Liquid maybe have practiced a lot against Secret and could, be more prepared on what to expect.
In the form that I saw yesterday, at least from Odd and Secret, in comparison to Liquid, I think Liquid's gonna be pretty commanding for them, at least like 3-1 or something like that, depending on, I think either one that they play. I think it depends on how these two teams show up today because of the, Secret, like I said, they felt really lackluster yesterday. Planet Odd as well in a couple moments were probably like, we're not too happy with ourselves from this. They did have some highs, but they also had some pretty down lows.
Coming into our final 2 minutes, guys, this is our last chance to kind of prep things up for this matchup. There again, the trophy, and a reminder that the winner of this event takes a lion's share of $175,000, and of course, bragging rights to be the Meme League champion.
Or two-time champion.
Or
Back to back.
potentially two-time champion by Liquid. Has there been any other two-time Dream League champion?
Yes.
Yes.
OG, right?
Yeah, OG won twice, didn't they?
The one,
I remember.
who was the first one that they beat? I remember they beat Navi in the second one, right? It was a 3-0.
Yeah, that's right. They had a final
I
against
was there for
Navi.
that one. I remember that. Yeah.
And then, wasn't it like Sexy Bambo's team and Pycat?
What, Mama Boys or whatever they were?
I can't remember the name. It was one of the weird names. I think it was them in the finals. The one before.
I don't recall.
Yeah. Suffice it to say, we could have a back-to-back champion.
Yeah.
So that could be very good.
What do they get, Slacks, for being back-to-back champions?
A kiss from Fogged, like all of our back-to-back champions.
That's quite a treat.
Yes. Some will say it will turn you into a frog. But we've never seen it happen before.
Actually, a fog.
A fog turned into straight air condensed? Oh my goodness. Terrifying.
That boy's got hot lips. Misery stoked and ready.
What the?
Saksa prepared.
He's had enough of the panel, Saxy.
Yeah.
Puts his headphones on.
Yeehaw, unshaven.
Unshaven, unshooken. He's a serious boy. I wish I could grow facial hair. Really.
No, you don't.
I do not know what the hell I would be looking at if I saw you with facial hair.
I need to. I need something. I mean, I gotta shave my head soon. The time is coming. And without facial hair, I'm just gonna look like a big crazy baby. I don't know. I ain't gonna get
big man child.
I mean, it's not gonna be great. So I haven't shaved in like 4 days.
Shave next year in your cozy corner.
That's not 4 days.
This is it. Oh.
That's not 4 days. I don't believe it.
You're a liar.
Oh yeah, I did shave.
I've seen him in Sweden after a couple of days of.
All right, here we go. It's time.
There we have it.
Game 1 draft of our Dream League
Look at this. Respect ban. Look at that respect ban, though. First phase Doom ban against Planet Odd. We did see what Misery pick it up a couple of times yesterday.
Yeah, they did a lot of that. What they had like the Shadow Shaman, Anti-Mage Doom, and stuff like that. So they set up a single core that can shut down the 2 cores that come out. So they picked the Spirit Breaker. They leave the Night Stalker. So
Spirit Breaker was something that I remember Planet Odd were scared of because we saw in a lot of their drafts yesterday they were banning out Void and Spirit Breaker as their first 2. So getting that through, Secret are going to be feeling pretty good. Maybe Odd have a plan though, as we banning out the Darks here instead of the Breaker.
That can be one way to kind of scare an Anti-Mage, right? Pick a Spirit Breaker right away. You can always find him on the map.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
Deter them from picking
would
it
Night
early.
Stalker be just as much of a threat to AM, though? And they don't have the benefit of even picking up the Darkseer to Iron Shell up the Spirit Breaker. I agree Spirit Breaker's a phenomenal hero, but, you know, it's hard to not, like, question the passing on the Night Stalker. But it looks like maybe both teams might end up passing on it here. Already an Earthshaker coming out from Odd, and maybe they're kind of like, this is a bit fishy. And they go for a Crystal Maiden second.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe nobody's getting this Night Stalker, guys.
I mean, Secret has picked, like, Sand Night Stalker. They put it off lane on Kezu.
Both?
They did it yesterday.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kezu can. Yeah,
Kezu
they
played
could still do it.
A possibility.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad, I don't think, seeing as we've seen how highly teams value the hero.
Especially, and also, if they wanted to grab, their versus like Earthshaker. So their versus like an Initiator. So being able to have that Night Stalker for the vision.
Oh, yes!
This is kind of like. This was like an old school kind of combo that people did, the Spirit Breaker Zeus, because if you want to go charge on Spirit Breaker, then you actually have the damage, like at level 1, of course, to be able to kill people. And also now Zeus versus Earthshaker is just a dream, being able to stop those blink daggers.
Oh, that's perfect. And it's also really nice, let's say you get a hero like Anti-Mage, sometimes you blink to the side, you've got that global vision to set up for the charge, even if he goes and hides in the tree line.
I'm going to assume that that's what, Yapsor's Zeus, and that'll probably be Puppy on the Spirit Breaker.
I think it almost certainly be support Zeus.
Yeah.
I don't think, have we ever seen like mid-1 player core Zeus with Secret?
No.
It's just not a mid-1. It's not very mid-1.
I'm actually so hyped. Yap was playing Zeus earlier, and his build is so fun to watch.
He loves that hero.
No longer any point in the static, just like me, just like Daddy. All damage,
like
all
Daddy.
The time, no blink
puts
daggers.
1, right? He goes like 3-4-1, I think it is, or something.
Oh,
usually.
really? Not the matches I saw. I ignored. Anyway, he goes Aether Lens first, and then he just stays on the outside of team fights, but he gets so many kills. And they tried to do this yesterday. A team picked Zeus, wasn't Team Secret, didn't work out, didn't match up. I can't not wait to see the Nimbus flying again.
He goes always with the Nimbus. GH was the other one who played it. He didn't end up getting the Nimbus. He still had a pretty good impact and everything, but it wasn't the same kind of way that they played. Like, you know, Team Secret, Yapsor's the greedy one. He always likes to get his items online. GH is a little bit more sacrificial in some of those heroes.
Let's just see Secret go full global. Throw in AA, Bloodseeker, Tinker, Spectre. Let's just amplify this global presence a bit further.
They do like their Bloodseeker.
I was going to say Bloodseeker's definitely a possibility.
Yeah,
Bloodseeker.
Zeus Bloodseeker, remember that?
Click R, Bloodseeker runs at 1,000 movement speed.
Remember when you could put the Blood Rage on him and it almost insta-killed anybody when it first came out? Oh, that was glorious.
So they still ban out the Anti-Mage, though. They take out the Viper as well, since we saw that hero rise.
I think you kind of
popularity.
because we have seen, as you said, in the games where Anti-Mages pick second, even though teams have a chance to pick against it, it can still be very good.
Yeah.
If the player knows what they're doing, and obviously Planet Odd having Resolution, definitely one of the world's best Anti-Mages. You just don't want to risk it.
And it's like these two tanky heroes that have magic resistance, right? Viper and Anti-Mage, you pick a Zeus, you don't want these heroes to just be able to so tanky and durable versus your big damage dealer already.
Conspiracy theorists, do you think Viper is only trending now because of the Immortal?
No.
Yes.
He's got a lot of buffs.
Absolutely yes.
He's got a lot of buffs.
You can't want to play this hero.
Jeez.
You simply must.
It's true.
Have to.
People want to try out their cosmetics. Pro players are just like us. You know when you got that last pudge hook, you jumped in the game with it.
Kiss cam. Third pick coming out for Planet Odd right now. After already establishing what could be potentially their support staff, their foundation, if you will.
I mean, talking about Pudge, you know, where's the misery Pudge? That's one of his, he loves it, doesn't he?
I still don't get it, guys. Faceless Void's in the meta. Pudge was the hard counter to that before. Why isn't he coming back?
Unreliable.
You're unreliable.
Oh!
Got it.
Oh my goodness!
You are a
clairvoyant.
Oh, yeah, baby!
They picked the Pudge.
I
love it.
I'm a genius!
Oh, I'm so happy.
They took their headset off, I bet it. And they,
yeah.
Woo!
It's guaranteed to be Shaker offlane now.
It's not already, you know, Spirit Breaker and Zeus, you know, Pudge, he doesn't really care too much about those heroes, especially once he gets those stacks up.
Yep.
Zeus doesn't do a whole lot.
Frontliner who just runs in, doesn't rely on a blink dagger to make some initiation. I mean, he just walks up and hooks her.
I like it. I mean, this is, you know, this is great. You know, when you pick a Pudge, if Planet Odd start today with a victory with the Pudge, they're going to be feeling pretty good, you know what I mean? That's how you build up the momentum, get the plays going.
Could also go the exact opposite
I mean,
way.
we've seen Pudges fall pretty flat.
Flaccid hooks in the early game. And like,
even the best Pudge players in the world. I remember back at Epicenter, we had that game where GH played Pudge and he died like 5 times in the first 5 minutes.
Or 9.
Was it 7? It was
7 with 1 suicide or something. Like.
So regardless of how good you are at Pudge, the game can go south pretty quickly.
Interested in why they picked it in this match in particular, though. I mean, good at, you know, getting Zeus into that fight, and they do know that, as I said before, they don't really build a lot of mobility on the Zeus. He's a lot of burst damage, so it is a way to control that, but Spirit Breaker is kind of a wily guy. He can mess up Pudge's day a little bit.
It's always scary to push high ground versus a Pudge, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Earthshaker Fissure with a Pudge hook, that's one of like the easier combos to kind of land. You get like 1 or 2 points in the Fissure, and it's pretty straight up. Fissure, hook, bam.
Do you think with Pudge Shaker, you got 2 melee strength heroes? What about the mid one or MP Timbersaw? You know, core Timbersaw. Secret have run that in the past, haven't they?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
That hero's been kind of falling out of favor, but yeah, they have ran it. But
there's the Kezu hero, as we'd imagine, unless they want to try something a little different.
I want to say this is Secret's first time at this event picking Legion Commander, right? Normally we'd see a lot, of course, Vega in the hands of G, but
a lot of other teams, but yeah.
Here's Secret going to be adopting it for their first game. Lady Legion Commander. Nothing to really purge off. I mean,
any stuns?
I mean, stuns, people getting chain locked by the. I mean, as we saw in another game, wasn't it, when Vega were against the Shaker, we had G making some clutch saves, allowing the core to get the BKB off rather than being chain stunned by the Shaker.
It's true, but
so that could be nice.
I wonder if it's just more for like the laning significance or not. Nothing really locked. I mean, it also could deter a lot of picks from Planet Odd as far as what they're considering for their core position.
I mean,
they're having a lot of catch here, right?
Yeah.
Like, and lots of strong disable with the Spirit Breaker Legion Commander, and they have damage across the map from the Zeus. So if LC gets to the point where he can duel, and let's say this is down the line, sure, but Zeus gets an Aghanims and you have the Nimbus, it's very easy to just kill anybody inside of a duel.
Oh my God, Nimbus duel is brutal. That's a great point.
True, but when you get it, you know what I mean? It's going to be a long time until you get the Aghs on a support.
If it does even happen.
Is it? I think his record was something like, an Aghs or something like 16 minutes or something. Yappy. He's insane.
Well, I mean,
he
it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, so certainly could pull off something like that.
Yeah,
I think it's what you feel Secret's lineup is building quite nicely up for a mid one Invoker. You've got great global potential. You get great setup. It could be pretty strong.
They have the last pick, or they don't have the last pick though. So if they reveal the Invoker, then they can get counter pick. And now it's Tia gets grabbed up right away.
Oh boy. We saw some TAs snowballing yesterday, ending games quick and without mercy. So good to see that. Yeah, they're gonna have a little bit of trouble. They have a lot of burst damage.
Do you feel that Planet Odd needed to pick their? I guess they want to protect the Rezo pick. They value that higher than WeHar's, which I guess makes sense. You know, as we've talked about, WeHar's struggled a bit recently, and out of the two, you probably want to put more value in making sure that Rezo has the better game.
Could agree with that.
They're not going for the Wii Ranger, though, Slacks. I mean, I could have seen her be this, but Arc Warden comes out. You might get your wish sooner than you expected, Slacks.
Hooray! I'm right about everything today, guys. I'm on a roll.
So now they have a good refraction breaker with the Flux. Yep. Because they had Zeus. Zeus is okay at breaking it, but not great. It's not one of the big ones for it.
I don't know, I feel like we've seen Arc Warden a couple of times when Planet Odd themselves have played it, and I've not been massively impressed by the hero. And I feel like Planet Odd this game, I mean, you're picking it against Planet Odd, a team that love to run it. They're going to know how to play against it, I'd imagine, because they do it so much themselves.
Yeah, it's an objective taker, and it's also, it synergizes really well, though, with like the global potential, too, right? You send your Tempest double,
sure,
and you can go help with like a Zeus and a Spirit Breaker or a Legion duel, and you don't even have to commit yourself, let's say.
Yeah, bubble,
so they have a lot of ways to like work around their ganking all over the map. And space making.
I would say he's one of the best global people because he doesn't have to put himself at risk, you know?
Yeah.
People pick like a Spectre and then she has to ult in, but she could die. Arc Warden, go ahead and kill my little friend. And a Necro!
Oh, that's a interesting
Hell yeah.
pick.
This is fun. This is great.
Arc Warden mid versus TA.
So you think mid one's more likely to play the Arc Warden and MP to play the Necro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MP's got the set. Of course he's gonna.
Oh, he's got the set.
That seems
now,
right.
Let's talk
that. There we go.
He's played it a few times.
Let's talk about that. Arc Warden actually pretty good against TA, isn't he? Because of that, the skill does the ticks.
Yeah, the Flux is very good versus him.
Huh.
Versus her, yeah.
What the planet I'll do here? They need that Rezo hero.
And of course, you're high range hero. So they go for the Troll. So Troll TA.
Troll.
Into Necro though, and they have a lot of magic damage versus this Troll Warlord.
Oh.
All right, guys, we gotta go through these predictions now that you see the 5-hero spread from each side. Slacks, what do you got?
Let's see. I think Planet Odd really need to do well in the early game. TA kind of has to bust out. If she doesn't have a lot of damage, that team's kind of screwed. So I'm gonna have to say I like the other guys. Give me Team Secret on this one. Global presence, global strat, easy to do. Press the R button. Done.
Yoji?
I'm looking forward to seeing Planet Odd pulling off some plays this game. They've got some fantastic signature pickups, the Moon Shaker, the Misery Pudge. I'm ready to start seeing that Pudge roaming around and causing all sorts of havoc for Secret. So I've got to go with Planet Odd on this one.
I'll put my faith in Secret this time. A lot of magic damage versus Troll Warlord. Suffers a lot throughout until BKB.
I'm also kind of feeling Secret on this one, though. I'd love to see some big hook plays and big moon plays. It feels like Secret's lineup is pretty damn strong. Let's see how the casters feel about it as we send it their way now. It's Capitalist and Merlini.
18 teams are going to the International, and Planet Odd is not one of them. But surely, if you look at this team and place them, every single one of these players has to be top 18 within their position. There's clearly some fire here, Ben. Moon Meander tweeting out that, you know, we're coming into this with no strats, but I'm coming for you, Kezu. In our pregame chat, we had Soxa saying to the Observer, hey, make sure you capture all the kills that I'm going to be getting on Yapzor, right? This is no longer, we're talking about what do the teams have to prove here. I think this is no longer about being a team. This is no longer about proving yourself as Planet Odd. I think this is 5 of the world's best, dejected and pissed off, here to prove that as individual players, that they are better than their opponents. I think more than any other match I've casted, Ben, this is somewhat of a grudge.
Definitely so. I'm all about that Twitter smack talk. I wish we had some more of it all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is something that is kind of been lacking in Dota 2. You know, that kind of fire that comes out from some of these players. I mean, you see it occasionally on Twitter, right?
Have fun.
Like Midwan pointing out the you know, hey, all you invited teams, I'm coming for you. Remember that for Kiev? And I think Planet Odd.
I think some people retweeted that after the Kiev major, though.
Yeah.
So.
That is always the downside of that smack talk. It can always go the wrong way. We'll see what happens here for Planet Odd in this game 1. I feel like looking at this is all kind of in somewhat signature heroes for these players. Moon Meander, the Earthshaker player, right? You've got a Weehaw Templar Assassin, a Misery Pudge, probably one of his best heroes there, while Team Secret have adapted what we can say is a very experimental lineup, where we've got Zeus with the Necrophos combined with an Arc Warden to match up against that Templar Assassin.
I do like that matchup. I think the one hero that is standing out in this matchup that doesn't really fit is LC, actually. I think LC might be a liability in this game. There's no like great dual targets. If you dual troll, you just get bashed. If you dual TA, she usually just kills you. So I don't really see him racking up a lot of damage unless Yapzor goes off.
The supports are kind of easy, right? The Crystal Maiden and Pudge are usually easy heroes to get on top of.
I think if you duel those, you just die. Like, there's just so much right-click damage coming out from their side. I'm checking out everyone's sweet immortals.
I see that, Ben.
Mid one gets hooked in the mid lane.
Mid one, pulled in. Misery sitting on top of him, does have the flux though, and he's gonna have some issues now with Puppy charging into him. Weehaw actually finishing up the creep wave, comes over now to help out his buddy, but it's too late. The first blood has already happened. Weehaw laying some damage into mid one, diving into the tower. Can he finish him up? Maybe one more shot. Fairy Fire goes off. He tries to get the angle for the extra shots, but is unable to do so. Weehaw now retreating, but he's gonna be stuck as the flux is gonna be on top of him. The Ghost is also there. He does have the refraction, but the Flux is going to burn through that refraction so quickly. They do manage to get the hook back in onto Puppey. Maybe they could finally get themselves a kill for Planet Odd. The score is currently 3-0. He's blocked out, doesn't have a charge ready to go just yet. Puppey tries to make his way to the Roshan pit, but can't get there in time. Misery will claim the first kill for Planet Odd.
And we currently are aware that we do not have in-game sounds, but we are working on it. We'll give you an update as soon as that is cleared up. But
you can do sound effects, right, Ben?
What's a charge now?
That's the charge of the Spirit Breaker. As Templar Assassin is going to be gone on once again, but a hook back onto Puppey will give Weehaw the space to retreat. This dual lane seems to be working out very favorably for Team Secret, but our panel did kind of tackle that, right? Templar Assassin is going to have a hard time against the Arc Warden Flux.
I'm just surprised that Wee was going for that CS. I guess he's desperately struggling for it, considering he only has 2 CS.
Oh,
the Bass comes out on front.
Oh, MP manages to get the kill on Moonmeander as Puppey takes a brief break from hanging out in the mid lane. It goes to top. Meanwhile, Saksa, our other support from Planet Odd, is not paying too much attention to zoning out the Legion Commander and is a little bit focused on doing the jungle, trying to get to his level 3, get that Arcane Rune going.
He's like old CM now with the Arcane Rune.
He really is. That was the big problem with the new CM, is that Frostbite, you just run out of mana so quickly. Charge once again on Weehaw, but he's far enough back. Just no CS to his name. Now, there's something to be said for Templar Assassin being able to make the comeback with Ancient stacks and such, but this is something else. He is having some other kind of laning phase. He just can't even get close to the creep wave. Yapzor. He's a level 2 Pudge, has the boots, working towards the... Looks like he's thinking about arcanes here. He's not really able to do too much.
Yeah,
Nexus is having a great time.
There's already some big Ancient stacks to the southeast.
Oh, hook in onto the Zeus, but they are going to dive into the Tier 1 tower. Weehaw is going to be ticked down from the Flux as well as the right click from mid-1, but they are able to get the turnaround kill onto the Zeus. Our 2 supports not able to put a full stop to that aggression from Team Secret.
I think one hero that you don't really want to feed in the early game is that Arc Warden, to get that Midas up as soon as possible. And I'm trying to see if he's going for any sort of different build, but it looks like it will be probably a Midas rush. Don't see too much in his quick buy at the moment.
Yeah, he gets out of control real quickly, right?
Yes. Yes, sir, he does.
I would say they have some decent heroes to get on top of the Arc Warden, though. Templar Assassin later on with the Blink Dagger. They have the Pudge as well as the
Pudge is really good.
Oh, Kezu snap back there in the bottom lane. They are going to have the charge in here. Resolution. He's going to fight back here. Kezu is trying to make the dive in here. Misery is going to be able to get the hook onto Kezu. Managed to get that kill. They have the Frostbite now onto Yapzor. Trying to get slow enough with the Rod. They should be able to get the kill. A charge through all 3 of them from Puppey. He's going straight for Resolution. Hoping the bats are going to be enough, but he doesn't get it. Resolution get it with the whirling axes. This time, it's Team Secret's aggression that gets totally punished. All 3 of their heroes die in the bottom lane, unable to pick up a kill.
I could also foresee Pudge being a pretty big problem in the later game, too, because they don't actually have too much physical damage, maybe until, like, mid-1 gets really, really big. But if he starts getting those Flesh Heap stacks and that magic resistance, he's going to be impossible to kill, and he can dish out the damage that we might be lacking.
Poor Weehaw. He goes for the melt, but he's still got Ghost on top of him. He's still being charged as well. Refraction, 1 second time, but the charge is going to be there first. The Ghost. Puppey gets the right click before the refraction can go off, and he's not going to be punished for the dive either.
They don't have eyes on that stack, though. They don't have an Observer Ward up there, and they aren't really up in the area. So, yeah, he's getting owned right now. He's only level 4, but soon enough, he can recover as long as they can protect that. But if they take down this mid T1, he could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, his CS is actually not that much different. You look at it, 19-7, 23-5 on the Arc Warden. He's died a lot, but his CS difference is actually very minimal. So the fact that he's going to be able to clear through Ancients may actually still give our Templar Assassin a decent game.
And now Puppey's got it out. So now he knows, okay, they've stacked the south side, so now they can, like, he might die for scouting it out, but it'll be worth the information.
Charge, bump back on 2. They do manage to get a nice fissure there. Puppey's dropping low, but so is Moonmeander. He managed to get another bash in there, and the Arc Warden is able to finish him off. Weehaw, meanwhile, can't quite chase the Spirit Breaker into that pit. fearing the Arc Warden. With an extra duo, Soxa's gonna be in some serious trouble. Puppey gets the bump, but actually stops the charge, dodges the hook in the process. MP slices down Soxa, gives them that extra bit of death timer as well. And Secret win yet another engagement.
Spirit Breaker's causing them so many issues right now. Like, until Earthshaker maybe starts joining the fight and they can block it with the Fissure, then I think they're just gonna keep snowballing, just keep getting more and more kills. Right now, Fissure's on cooldown, so unless he hits a second chant right here. Oh, ooh, that was nice play by YapzOr. He timed his bolt so that he couldn't hit the enchant.
Kezu slowed down, throws out the overwhelming odds, does barely give him movement speed to get ahead of the Pudge, but it's not enough to get ahead of Resolution's range form. So that is, our Troll's currently sitting 34-14, not quite up to the Necrophos' CS, but he has been having a pretty free time and has gotten a couple of kills as well. So if we want to compare our carries and our mids, there's still potential for Planet Odd to even this game up. But as you said, it seems like the Spirit Breaker really is the runaway hero right now. Moonmeander, he's gonna give jungling a little bit more of a try as his lane has been so damn difficult. Mid lane, hook, misses on, mid one, fluxed. Nobody's really helping out Misery though, preventing him from the slow. They are gonna try and just focus on Puppey, who charged in really deep there. 2 against 3, really 3 against 3 with mid one having that extra doppelganger there.
Mid one's also spending a lot of time in this mid lane. Or sorry, MP is. He's come to the mid lane twice already. And looking at his quick buy, he has Radiance on there. That's Radiance, right? Yeah.
Yeah, what are you feeling about that one? I mean, I'm fine with the Veil, right? Great stats, gives you some armor, much needed armor against all of this physical damage. But straight into Radiance, really?
So his alternatives are Atos.
I mean, there's plenty of mid-game items, right? Rod of Atos, Force Staff. You can even go Aghanim Scepter, which was what I think Madara's safe lane Necrophos build was, Force Staff into Ags.
I'm just a little bit worried if he goes for the Radiance that there might not be enough farm on the map because Arc Warden eats up 2+ lanes at once.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he can get away with it, why not, I suppose? It synergizes with a Veil, and it's going to maybe make them want to buy evasion piercing items much earlier on in the game, but it's pretty expensive for a hero that's generally viewed as pretty squishy. Yeah, and if they get a Diffusal Blade, he's done for.
We see that a lot, right? Miss percentage chance and evasion is really strong against Templar Assassin. I feel like she is one hero that is affected by it more than others, right? Because you have this big meld strike that can be dodged, and if that misses, you're gonna end up missing out on so much physical damage between the minus armor and just that big extra right click.
Yeah, potentially. Evasion is extra value, but at the same time, MKBU could be extra value too if you do go for an evasion, because you're already versus Arc Warden, so that's also something that they need to take into consideration. Well, we do see a smoke gank onto bottom as Puppey and MP head around. They won't get the smoke broken by Crystal Maiden, but she is just right there.
Misery trying to line up the hook here, is going to try and run onto Moonmeander. Actually gives it up. Puppey does manage to get the kill onto Soxa. YapzOr holding deep inside that jungle area. Looks like they're going to go for the dive here. The TP's coming in for the Necrophos, goes for the hook, barely misses out on YapzOr, and maybe Misery. Doesn't look like there's any sort of charge. Actually, it's in middle lane. They are going to bump into Moonmeander, push him back into mid one, and that will be a quick and easy one for Puppey. I think he was actually charging up towards top lane, but doesn't end up his final destination. Very fortuitous place for him to be. Misery coming in, trying to help out. Oh, another whipped hook there from Misery as he shoots right. Mid one moves left, but they might still be able to get this kill. Weehaw goes to the dive, but again, he's just a little bit shy on the damage. Maybe Resolution can help him out, but diving into the tier 1 tower against an Arc Warden is just not a good idea. Bottom lane, Kezu, he's actually going to chip down that tower. Rare to see a solo offlaner manage to do that, but it looks like with the Echo Slam, he may actually have some sort of turnaround from Moonmeander. Diving into the jungle here, nice little juke around from that tree. The extra movement speed of the phase boots. It looks like he may be out of here. The Fissure slows him down. Saksa trying to close in for the Frostbite. Does manage to snag him ever so barely. And Moonmeander will finish him off with the Enchant Totem Aftershock.
Do you see mid one with his Midas? He Midas the siege creep instead of the range.
Isn't that better?
Debatable.
Misery. Grab on a Necrophos here.
It's definitely faster for pushing out the lane. But he had a Arcane Rune at the time.
Yeah.
Not that it particularly matters for that.
Mid one.
Hook
He didn't expect this wraparound, that's for sure. Saksa and Moonmeander dive behind the mid tier 1 tower and completely sandwich the Arc Warden.
Looks like he's still going for the Radiance too. I still haven't seen him swap it from his quick buy. That's like one of the greediest builds. Lodi used to do it a lot too. Midas Radiance. Veil, I think, is a maybe nice middle ground for
not even upgraded
the items.
Oh, that magic damage. Whew.
Wow.
MP with a Veil.
They did not even need the Reaper.
Yeah, you got to remember that Spirit Breaker. His bashes are magic damage, right?
Yep, they need a... he needs that magic resistance talent, but he doesn't get that until level 25.
That's thinking real long term there, Ben.
Yeah, well, how else do you survive? You have to buy BKB very early.
But you don't really want to do that in control. That kills your late game so much. Mid one has his hand of Midas, and he's working towards the Maelstrom. And that's where the Arc Warden really starts speeding through neutrals. Gaining a lot of farm. Yapzor again playing this tree game. Pushes out some lanes and then just sits in the trees. He feels uncomfortable, feels like there's maybe some heroes trying to gank him. Just TP's out, says Space Creative.
This'll come in handy.
And so his allies, you look at his cores, Arc Warden's farming up the offlane jungle, and P is taking over the other dire jungle. So they're kind of giving the space to the supports to push out waves, which means that if Planet Odd ever do go about ganking some of these heroes, they run into one of the supports in the laning phase, it's not really worth that much to kill them. The much more valuable cores on the side of Secret are in these tough to gank areas. Totally off map.
Yeah, and they're in like full greed mode right now. He's saving up for Radiance and the double Midas on the Arc Warden with his Midas rather. So yeah, they're pretty comfortable with the way the game's going. They know that Troll needs, like, they're comfortable taking fights right now. Even if they were to invade the jungle as a 5-man smoke maneuver, they could easily fight that. I think Arc Warden is still pretty potent even without that Maelstrom. So I guess maybe Secret need to consider the fact that Odd can Roche very easily. TA and Troll, I would say probably two of the best cores at doing Roche. And Dezo's already up on TA, and the Vlad's is already up on Troll Warlord, so those are also two very good Roche items, and they can take it really, really quick. All they need is one pick off, but Misery just can't find those hooks.
You may have the Desolator, but they don't have the Blink Dagger yet on the Templar Assassin. It's still a ways away. It feels like that's kind of a requirement for Planet Odd if they want to get aggressive. And maybe that's why Team Secret put so much pressure on that mid lane, keeping the Templar Assassin down, knowing that during the time when they're going to be the greediest is when a TA with a Blink Dagger could just decimate them.
And speaking of being greedy, Kezu also didn't go for the Blink Dagger, so he can't get aggressive. He went for the Medallion first, knowing that there's just a lot of physical damage. And I think he does need the armor early. Most choices, most people go for the Blade Mail, I would say second after the Blink Dagger, but that would be like 22, 23 minutes maybe, and he might just die and never get his Blade Mail at a reasonable time. So going for the armor first, I actually like here. He has a little bit of extra armor from the Iron Talon as well. So Radiance. Radiance.
You know, people might say that we were just trying to be big optimists, seeing the silver lining for the Templar Assassin to make the comeback, but he actually has. 7,200, top of the net worth chart, even ahead of the double Midas Arc Warden.
Yeah, that's always a tough choice, right? It's like, okay, do you actually want to make the risky move, invade their jungle, which could potentially go disastrously because you're fighting in a very unfavorable position, very close to shrines, or do you play a save and just farm your own side with comparable greed? And the latter option is generally much safer. I think, especially given the fact that Planet Odd need BKBs to fight.
Echo Slam, they caught mid one, the Arc Warden. Not sure how that started, but must have been that Blink Dagger pickup from Moonmeander. That is maybe the first reveal of the Blink Dagger, but well worth it. A kill on the Arc Warden. He's got to be enemy #1, right? Though seeing, at this point in time, looking at MP, they have to realize he's going to be going for something big. And Radiance is really the only big item for Necrophos, and they are going to be able to catch him here. Perfect timing for Planet Odd to make these rotations. The hookshot is going to be able to finish him off through the Ghost Shot. Moonmeander is going to get bumped and will die to the damage coming out from YapzOr, but it looks like Planet Odd are just going to be able to run down all of these heroes. What a fast rotation from Planet Odd, going from using the Echo Sam in the bottom lane to kill the Arc Warden to immediately TPing up to top lane and setting up yet another kill. Great plays from Moonmeander.
Yeah, I think they split the TPs in between the Shrine and the T1, and using that drums, is he going to be? Oh wow! See, and that's another thing about the medallion. You might survive, but you might not be in a position where you ever really need to survive if you can't do anyone. And we still see KheZu sitting at 0 duel attempts and 0 duel damage. Poor guy.
Yeah. But on the other side, right, we see the value of the support drums.
Heck yeah!
You're seeing this a lot more.
Taste of your own medicine in secret.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do they not have a support going for drums? I would be so surprised. Okay, Puppy's going for drums. All is right in the world.
Puppy gonna go drums and buckler or something like that. The ultimate value. Misery. Not gonna stick around and see if he can fish out the enemy captain. Back himself up. They do have the Blink Dagger on the Templar Assassin.
They have a Blink Dagger.
They got Moonmeander.
Yeah. They smoked onto their side of the cliff and just waited for KheZu to get. Ooh, but he didn't get the dual damage.
Yeah.
They got the Reaper. Is that worth it? What would you rather choose?
I would rather have the dual damage.
I'd rather have the dual damage too.
I guess he's what, down for an extra 20 seconds? It's level 2.
Yeah, we're greedy. We like that permanent damage.
Infinite scaling, baby. Top lane, Weehaw lost his refraction already, down to half HP. No Reaper Scythe necessary for that one. It'll be the Zeus that gives him the burst damage and maybe an extra kill. Misery being dove behind the tier 1 tower. Attempts the hook. Not going to be able to get it though. YapzOr a little bit too quick for Misery. And it seems like these team fights just are going one way or the other very heavily. It's just like the team managed to get an initiation, they just run over like 3 heroes.
Seems so, and they have mid 1 farming the mid lane. And one of the things that you always look for in Arc Warden players is a spread of Spark Rays. And he has some to the south side, like all in these choke points, a little bit to the left. He has some in the trees, like just all around any potential gank point that they can, some of them have expired by now, but like he feels very safe there. He's past the river without his team. His entire team is showing pushing top, yet because of the Spark Ray positioning, he can push up that far and make the most out of the map. So clearly mid 1 has played his hero, even if the stats have not showed that he's played it much in competitive.
Yeah, that's why we talk about the mobility being such a huge thing against the Arc Warden, is that even smoke ganks are unreliable when it comes to killing the Arc Warden, just because he does have these gank detectors and the Spark Rays all over the place over choke points. Smoke up though. YapzOr is gonna be caught by a hook this time. Ooh, missed Fisher. He's trying to set up Misery. Misery may still claim the kill, or not. YapzOr still 1 step ahead of Planet Odd. His Zeus has been super effective so far with really not a whole lot of mobility items. Went for Ghost Scepter and Ether Lens.
So now they definitely see the relic on Necrophos. He showed in mid, and I wonder how they're going to respond to it, because this is a very unusual choice. Like, what do you actually do if you're Planet Odd here? Do you prioritize him first in the fights because he has like a 5,000 gold item that doesn't really give him that much HP or armor, or do you still want to play the farm game after seeing that he has this like super like power farming tool in his inventory? I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Or do they build the Fusel Blade on Wii and just try and kill him first in the fight? It looks like that's going to be the choice for him. Blink Desolator into Diffusal Blade so that they can prioritize his Necrophos in team fights, which I like, especially considering that Zeus also has a Ghost Scepter.
Moonmeander gonna see a combo here from Puppy. Gets a little lucky on the bashes. He might be able to get the kill, or maybe Moonmeander can actually stall up Puppy enough for Weehaw to be able to come in. He goes for the Boots of Travel, TP in, but no, there's the Echo Sand. They managed to lock down 2 there with a hookshot coming in, finishing out the Necrophos. A huge win for Planet Odd. That may just turn into more. Mid 1's gonna try and hold this with his illusion, but is going to be a tier 1 tower down as well. This is big timing because this will finish up the Diffusal Blade for the Templar Assassin, and I believe it is also going to finish up our BKB for the Troll, or at least going to put him damn close to it. So we've got Planet Odd hitting a serious window of aggression.
They're just a tiny bit off with MP's positioning too. Like, he wasn't there to Reaper in time to finish off the duel. He wasn't there in time to Reaper.
He goes from he's setting up 1 kill, 2 kills at top lane, and now finding more is going to be able to catch Yapzor, while Resolution comes in from the side and cleans up Midwan. Again, it just seems like we're watching one team, like Team Secret, just rolling over Planet Odd, and then Planet Odd group up. They do the same to Secret, but this time around, Planet Odd will get the bigger prize, one of the biggest prizes of all, Aegis of the Immortal.
Saksa runs up there. I think he like feigns putting down an Observer Ward, and he will scout out the Ancient stack, I suppose, but just making sure that they're not trying to fight as 3. But those are 2 pretty big kills to give up.
Planet Odd up by 3K now. And their top 2 net worth heroes, Troll and the Templar Assassin, far, far away ahead. It really doesn't seem like this Radiance is going to be paying off big dividends, and this is going to be a 24-minute Radiance or so, while BKB is up on the Troll, Templar Assassin, big as all hell. Like, I don't really feel like that damage over time is really going to be relevant.
Just helps you farm a lot, though.
It seems like neither of these Tempest doubles, as every single time it shows up to defend a tower, Weehaw shreds it apart, just as he's shredding this tier 2 tower. Secret are not going to try and fight, though. They're looking at full split push, full rat mode for the Arc Warden and crew. Secret, the rest of them, sitting behind the Necrovos right now as he pushes forward. Moon Meander unable to get off the Fisher before the charge completes. A Reaper Scythe and a dual kill. That doesn't feel good. Down for 70 seconds, and you gave up dual damage, but at bottom lane, Midwan's going to be caught. That is a bigger kill. He's down for a full minute as well. Secret are still going to try and make this fight work, though. Puppey leading the charge in, managed to get the Crystal Maiden. But with the Glimmer Cape, Saksa will be okay, and there's really no follow-up from the rest of Secret. Apparently, the captain just got abandoned there, as he must have given enough vision to the Planet Odd heroes that Secret just didn't feel safe.
They just triple ulted, so none of them had their ults. Also, they lost mid 1, and also they probably just saw the BKB on Triple Warlord. It's like, okay, yeah, they would have just fed 2 or 3 more kills.
Time for objectives. Planet Odd, they've been demolishing tower after tower, and this is when the map's going to start getting real dark for an Arc Warden, and he's going to be relying on his Tempest double more and more, while his actual hero sits inside the base. Speaking of BKB, fresh one coming up for Weehaw after the mayhem that they've caused.
His net
racked up
worth is
over 3K.
out of control.
Yeah, he's 14K compared to the Arc Warden, only sitting at 10.
Seems like just like 5 minutes ago he had just Dezo.
Yeah.
When he was a wee baby. Now he has everything under the sun.
Misery. Oh, maybe Weehaw can get some vengeance for him, but Yapzor's way too fast, and Weehaw has no more refraction. The Flux causing him a lot of issues. I bet he wishes he had that BKB now, because now he's kind of stuck. Glimmer Cape, not going to save you from Puppey, at least not for long. He's going to be slowed down by the Ghost. Weehaw comes in, looks to finish off Puppey, feeling fearless with that Aegis of the Immortal. They'll keep on pushing, taking the last remaining tier 2 tower.
I wonder why.
Yapzor Ultimate will take that Aegis.
Not sure why he didn't refract there. Maybe he wanted to pop the Aegis. He had plenty of time to do so, but not sure.
Either way, back up with full HP, full mana.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted to slot for his BKB.
That's true.
Maybe.
Good point, Ben. A 4-staff now for mid one. He is not feeling comfortable with the way the Planet Odd are able to jump on top of him.
Yeah, he needs to create space in between.
He's got to get that Hurricane Pike, push these heroes away.
Necrophos, I think, is one of the hardest heroes to build because you need a lot of things. You need armor, you need HP. Most of the time you need magic resistance. This game, probably not so much because 2 to 3 cores deal heavy physical. And then sometimes you need an anti-diffusal blade. So you need a Ghost Scepter. You need like Ghost Shroud and then Diffusal, and then Ghost Scepter after the Ghost Shroud, and then like Ghost Shroud again. Like it's it's just really difficult to build them. And sometimes you need more damage with Veil, Reaper, Scythe, with the Scepter upgrade. Sometimes you want Radiance. So,
and you need the Ags eventually, right? Like, no matter what kind of builds you go on Reaper Scythe, Aghanims is a part of it.
I don't know. Sometimes it's like you can't get it off twice in a fight. I think it's like a win more sort of thing, instead of like actually saving you from a losing situation like in this game.
Speaking of saves, Kezu managed to come in and save Yapzor. They do manage to get the duel without the refraction, but the BKB is going. They can't get the burst damage fast enough to be able to kill Weehaw, so he's able to walk away. Moonbander stops Puppey for a moment, while Misery and Resolution are going to provide much needed reinforcements to this team fight. They're going to be able to circle on Yapzor and get 3 kills off of that one. Looks like Puppey wasn't even able to chase down Moonmeander, so that fight goes horribly awry for Team Secret.
Necrophos dies again.
Their way.
He's chain dying in these fights.
Yeah.
I think the worst part about Radiance is not the item itself, it's the way that your team is forced to play before you get the item. Like, they weren't actually able to fight because you already have Arc Warden who's just trying to split push and push out lanes and farm neutrals, and then you have a Necrophos who's trying to farm his Radiant, so you have 2 heroes that just do not want to really get involved in fights. And that you have a Legion commander who wants to fight all the time, gets a dual damage, and they just have no one really on the map doing anything, and you just lose all your objectives, you lost all your heroes, you lost Roshan, you lost control of your neutrals, you aren't able to gank the TA who was farming Ancients when she had a really difficult laning phase, and Kezu still only won 1 duel.
Great patience there from Planet Odd. They just simply take the tier 3 tower, back out, and start dealing with shrines. Take the Roshan shrine first, and continue to back away from Team Secret just in case. Don't want to get caught in a team fight, especially since they're so far ahead. They can easily reset and go for a smoke when they need to.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker's always looking for a partner. You see, like, he keeps charging people, like, being aggressive, but there's no one really there to back him up. There's no one there to save him. There's no one there to finish off people that he charges, and it's generally not necessarily what you want to do with the Spirit Breaker lineup, right? You just always want to have that kill potential anywhere on the map, and so someone on the panel was talking about, okay, well, you should have these like global lineups, right? The only person that can really help him right now is Zeus, maybe the Arc Warden, but he's busy trying to push out the lane so they don't lose the game in 5 minutes. So your options are really just non-existent for this particular game.
Do you think that the Necrophos or the Legion Commander needed to play a little bit more with the Spirit Breaker? And
I would say Necrophos. I like Blink early on him personally, just because I think you can get that Blink Reaper. Once you get a Blink Reaper, then you can actually just have the you don't need any survivability because you have this massive HP regeneration from getting that first kill on the map. But if you aren't in position for that first Reaper, you don't get the kill, you don't get that regen going, you're just going to die in the fights over and over and over again, which is mid ones or MP's MO right now.
Another Diffusal Blade. Resolution would like to be able to have it now as he goes on to MP, does manage to get a lucky bash follow-up from Misery, managed to blink in and hold the Necrophos. Moonmander comes in, gets the chains done onto that Spirit Breaker, while the hold onto Kezu from that Yule Scepter prolongs the inevitable death for him. 28-18, and Planet Odd look to take their first lane of racks, and with no buybacks on the dead members of Team Secret, could be 2 lanes.
So this game, I think, was a particularly hard switch up for Secret. If we recall the 2 last games for Secret yesterday, the mid one carried them in the 15 to 30 minute phase of the game, which is where Secret was the weakest this game because of mid one's different hero. He was playing TA and OD in yesterday's games, heroes which the team played around very, very well, and he felt like he was able to move around the map and kill people and do stuff, take out objectives, and just do a lot of damage in the fights. In this game, he's an Arc Lord. He's a filthy split pusher, as Slex calls it, and just isn't able to really contribute much into a later phase of the game. So they need someone to pick up that slack in the 15 to 30 minute phase, but there was no one there this time, and you can see that their entire game plan has just fallen apart, and I definitely think he's a good Arc Warden player. It's more of a question about whether or not the team can play around it.
Yeah, I don't think the cores played very well around the Arc Warden at all. I feel like there was a lack of sense of priority, right? When MP's going, hey, I want to be able to get this Radiance. You know, I want to be able to sit back and farm up this Radiance, and I'm still really squishing and can very easily get bursted down. He doesn't want to get into team fights. Arc Warden's busy, you know, doing Arc Warden things. That makes sense. He's got to be able to split push and farm, as he's not really a mid-game hero. And then even Legion Commander, I think we talked about how he was spending a lot of time in the jungle. They played very defensive, but they needed some core, probably 2 of them, to be able to go out and create space for mid one, so he felt more comfortable split pushing, as he got caught out multiple times by the Earthshaker rotations.
I agree. I think you also want like the most flexible cores to adjust to the playstyle that you need. Like Arc Warden is just not very flexible in his playstyle. I guess if he's a support, yeah, maybe he can play in between a support and a core, but within the core role, like he can only really split push effectively. That's just kind of what the hero does, and there hasn't been many other playstyles that have been explored that really make the hero shine with his current skill set.
Moonmeander in some trouble. That'll be a dual Reaper Scythe combo again. He instantly buys back. That's a Moonmeander, I know. Well, they don't have ultimates, right? No Zeus ulti, no Necrophos Scythe. He doesn't have an Aghanim Scepter, no Spearbreaker ultimate or duel. So they've got nothing left in the tank, Ben. I think Planet Odd, they could just run though if the fight does go wrong, Roshan's gonna be up and Team Secret actually have a huge window to make a comeback. If they can somehow hold.
Secret, also if they kill Shaker one more time, and he Reapers him, he's probably dead for like
2 minutes, 2.5.
Something. Something like that. He's dead until next game.
Just go take a bathroom break.
That would probably be the most appropriate time. What would be the longest buyback or longest death timer that you could have? I think it's like...
I've had 210 seconds.
210?
Yeah, I think.
What?
It was one of those like late games I bought back, got Reaper Sight twice. Mid one, Force Staff over. Diffuser Blade to slow him down though. He's not gonna be able to make it out though. Even with the Force Staffs, he is still within the claws of Resolution. He now snatches those onto the Necrophos, managed to get a lucky bash. Weeha's gonna follow that up with the physical damage, and it's called. Team Secret, GG out, and Planet Odd take game number 1 in this best of 3.
I like the play from the Planet Odd supports this game. They realized that we was getting punished heavily, and they set a game plan in motion to help him out. They camped on a mid, and they just killed the Spearbreaker 1 or 2 times. They sacked the Ancients, and then we had a great game after that. And they kind of set the plan in motion for the cores to start rolling, whereas Secret, Spearbreaker didn't really have a partner. I think Spearbreaker's job is to just charge people and kill people. So, you know, he's doing the right thing, setting things in motion, key-hauling over the map.
I would also point to Moonmeander, who I think also had a great game. The 3 of them, right? The 2 supports as well as the offlaner. I think they moved around the map so well. We had that one situation where they got the Echo Slam kill on Arc Warden at bottom lane, and then they TP'd up to top lane and managed to get the Necrophos.
Yeah, everything seems so
after.
fast.
That was like boom, boom. Yeah, that was awesome.
It's like they had a Spearbreaker on their team.
So Planet Odd just managed to make a really fast comeback into that mid game, despite having what was a pretty shaky laning phase.
I see what you did there. One cow's better than the other cow. This time, Earthshaker tried.
You know, not all of them are intended puns, Ben.
I read into it too much. I give you too much credit. No, I don't. He intentionally did all this. You orchestrated all of this, even the picks themselves, so you can make all these jokes. Go ahead.
All right, Ben. We're going to a break, because obviously you need one. We'll be back with the panel after a short break.
What if there was a DreamHack PC? What if we told you there is? This is the DreamHack PC, built with the best components on the market, optimized for a flawless.
Лечение эрозии шейки матки, бесплодия, видеокольпоскопия, взятие мазков на флору. Медицинский центр «Эра». 2-619-719. Московский проспект, дом 6.
It doesn't have to be like this. Are those tears? You need a machine that can keep up with you. The new Omen X. All those hours of training are about to pay off. Don't rage quit. Get the Omen X. Dominate the game.
So I saw her standing there all by herself. So I walked up to her. Said, you don't smoke, oh, that's alright. You can roll it up for me and we can light it up. We can light it up to the sunrise. To go on, so I kept the flow deep inside me for so long. Worked by myself with myself till I felt I was well enough to pick it back up from the shelf. I was telling them that I would back up. What the hell was I thinking? Taking back old school with no clue of who those shoes belong to. I'm so screwed. So I saw her standing there all by herself. So I walked up to her. That's alright, you can roll it up for me and we can light it up. We can light it up to the sunrise. You say that you do. You got to show me love. I know I ain't right, I'm a dog. And all the other things that you heard on the blog. I know I got many flaws. The sport little kid that ain't had many chores. I grew up like Bam in the party going ham. I threw up like Bam. Everybody gather round for the jam. We on the come up and here's the master plan. The plan is to disturb the planet. Please do not misserve or panic. I'm flying from NY to London. That's hours across the Atlantic. I fly like a 747. And that means I'm always in transit. Prepare for takeoff. You know them stay hot like a cake and a bake-off. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love rough like rugby. And I don't got pass for the crew. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love gets so ugly. Like the pressure on pad at the zoo. She said the timing bad. I'm trying to put you in a hole with my Heimlich bag. When you think, man, it's kinda sad. Thoughts of being yours was kinda rad. I don't front, I keep it real as can get. You ain't gonna find another brother real than this. Yeah, I let you search though. But don't try to come back to me when you feeling so hurt though. You hurt mine, I was there with the first blow. Tried to duck, yes, I was moving first slow. Love hurts on the real, that's the word, yo. So, like, I'ma need a nurse, yo. And now I got the cheat codes for the games that you play. So I'm on my way to Heathrow for the rest of the day. Now check it out. Why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love rough like rugby. And I don't got pass for the crew. So why don't you show that you love me? The same way you say that you do. The game of love gets so ugly. Like the pressure on pad at the zoo. Yeah, you got to show me love. You got to show me love. You got to show me love.
is a DreamHack PC. What have we told you? There is. This is the DreamHack PC, built with the best components on the market, optimized for a flawless esports experience. Just add games.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Dota fans. It is Atlanta, Georgia, state of the peach and home of our Dream League Season 7 Dota Finals. And we are working our way through the lower bracket final right now. It is Planet Odd going against Team Secret. Hi there. And it is Planet Odd who took game number 1. I'm back in my panel, of course, with Slacks, OD, and Fogged. Gentlemen, the majority of us had felt that Secret were going to be the team to take game number 1, based maybe on their formulated draft and game plan, but that was not the case. Slacks.
I thought global, elite strat, unbeatable. Not unbeatable at all. It's actually quite counterable from what I've seen. Oh, and you're the only person that got it right? And regale us in your knowledge.
Well, I mean, as I said, you know, in the draft, I was expecting the Misery Pudge. We got the Misery Pudge. It was great. I said beforehand as well, we've been seeing a few Arc Warden picks coming through. Still yet to be sold on it. And again, with this game, it just, I don't know, it wasn't as if Mid 1 played bad. It was just, it felt the hero itself couldn't really do much when this sort of mid-game hit. Weehaw, of course, made that great recovery, as expected on a tier when you have the team stacking up the Ancients. Yeah. And then they would just go, go, go. And then Secret couldn't really kind of slow it back down. And gets to the point of the game where this Arc Warden would be able to be too much of a split-pushing threat.
Yeah, I think Secret made a good chunk of mistakes, too, and they're probably looking back and being like, wow, you know, that bottom thing, they wanted to pressure the Troll, they try, and they get triple killed. Yeah. After they
that tier 1 play was...
They had like an incredibly good early game to shut down Weehaw, but then they didn't address the fact that, okay, we need to block Ancients, or we need to play around the Ancients to make sure that he can't have that catch-up. Because Weehaw died, I think it was 2 or 3 times in the laning phase, and then he ends up getting a 12.5-minute Desolator with Treads and Aquila. So he's already like super farmed. Resolution was pretty much free farming as well, and then they made a couple extra dives and stuff, and yeah, Planet Odd ended up getting like a good gold lead, and having a clear-cut initiator on Moon rather than having like just like a Legion commander for Team Secret and Spirit Breaker like charging in. It was much easier for Planet Odd to execute those engagements.
Here we'll check out some of the highlights from that matchup here. A moment where it looks like Secret are trying to get the turnaround back onto Weehaw, but
I think this is where you were saying you feel that
I thought he was going to
Puppy goes for someone else.
I thought he was going to ult the TA there, not going for Moon in the back.
And then the sort of result of that, they don't get either of the kills.
Yeah.
To start off, yeah.
So. I think there was a couple situations where they were, there's like targeting issues that are just, they had like different reads on the map. They think they would charge 1/6 section. Puppy was just like, oh my God, wait a minute. I have to die here. You guys have to ditch me.
Yeah.
And that happened like 2 or 3 times like in the bottom lane. And, yeah, I think a lot of mistakes added up though for them. And they had a, what would you call like a single core kind of draft with the Necro safe lane. He went for Radiance to try to be able to like that scaling factor on the Necro, but they just got kind of, at one point it was literally just planted on steamrolling after they get the Aegis.
Seems to be a bit of an ongoing trend for Secret. It was something that was mentioned in our green room while we were watching the game there is, you know, they're putting a lot onto mid one with these flashy, potentially farming tempo heroes, and then we look over at MP, and you know, he's trying to be that silent killer, but maybe sometimes you're just a bit too quiet. I mean, he tries to passively farm forward, maybe playing it a bit too safe, but we don't really get to see him be like a terror ever in these games.
Yeah, they just don't prioritize him as enough, but it takes a special skill. As my father used to say, a percussionist, it's not the drummer that's the loudest that's the most important, it's the one that can play the quietest, you know? So he's doing it, he's doing it, he's part of it.
Who in that band plays quietest?
Quiet drums, jazz musicians. All right, well, maybe not the best metaphor ever, fine.
I liked it.
Okay, thank you, Fogged.
Jazz musician, MP.
Yes, smooth, if you will. One of the smoothest.
It's kind of hard to call from Secret like a change up right now when you're potentially at elimination match now from the event.
Yeah.
But is it the time now to do something a bit different?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Secret try and do just what they sort of got away with at the end of the day yesterday. You know, just look to mid one, say, you know, what do you want to play? Yeah, get him these ODs, get him these TAs, these heroes that he's arguably more comfortable on. I'm sure he's probably played a lot on the Arc Warden, but you know, it's not the hero that comes to mind as the one that mid one's going to carry the team through the game off the back of a strong laning stage. So I think looking back to those, the ODs, the TAs, I mean, the mid one Ember Spirit, even the Invoker, something like that, just playing kind of standard stuff, not testing the grounds with anything different, just going back to basics for Secret, and they should definitely have the skill and potential to outplay Planet Odd.
I'd like to see them go back to some kind of like team fight. I think that's when they, in my opinion, look their strongest, when Kezu's playing a big team fight hero, let's say like the Enigma or something along those lines. That's when I feel like they play by far their best. They have so many different ways of fighting, and then they also have a late game potential. They have MP on a hero that scales a little bit better, that can always be reliable, and mid one on a very comfortable hero, and then Yap's on a big team fighter. This time it was like, you know, you see Spirit Breaker, Zeus, Arc Warden, Legion Commander, all these heroes, they want to go for pickoffs. They don't want to take this big 5v5 team fight in any way, and that ended up happening a bunch in the last game.
Yeah, it's just weird because we'll see him on these like fun picks, of course, like Safe Lane, Uberlord, and you know, Necro's fun as well, but you know, where's the MP, you know, Anti-Mage or Lifestealer or CK, or you know, I guess I'm craving a heavy like ass beater coming out from him. So we'll have to see if that's going to be something they tend to go for or not. But let's look at these guys over here. We got Planet Odd. Odie, you were saying that, you know, if these guys, imagine if they do get that game 1 win with that Misery Pudge, they're going to feel amazing.
Yeah,
they're going to feel
I've
like
got to imagine
they've
got to be feeling pretty good right now. And I think that if you're Secret, that's something to definitely be scared about. You know, we've seen, you know, historically in the past with this group of players, you know, Planet Odd, Digital Chaos, they're very good at getting that momentum at the start of a LAN and building it up. And that's exactly what seems to be happening here. Yeah, they got knocked down the once, but here they go, game 1, second, the final day of LAN. And it looked pretty damn hot. A little rocky at the start, but they were prepared. They had the recovery methods with the TA, with the Ancient farming, Misery stepping up his rotations. I mean, it was very exciting to watch the whole kind of Misery and Puppy movements around the map. And at the end of the day, you know, Misery was just able to make more out of it. And absolutely, this could be the momentum that Planet Odd need to get a 2-0 against Secret here on day 2.
You hit one of the things around the head that I was going to touch on, is that they had like a little bit of rough, maybe like first 5 minutes or something you say, but they knew what they wanted in the game plan. They had recovery methods, they had everything that they wanted, so it seemed like they were a little more prepared overall for the overall scheme of the game than Secret in this one.
Do you think that 2 Slacks, do you think at Planet Odd as opposed to Secret maybe at the moment are just kind of looking at the wide spectrum of the game a bit more? Yeah. Instead of like maybe Secret, who are kind of a bit in tune with the moment, like what's happening in this early stage, let's focus on that, while, you know, we have Odd who are thinking about plan B and C potentially.
Sure. I mean, Team Secret, you know, they play explosively, they play unpredictably, but it's not that hard to kind of see where their comfort zone is. And I think I feel like that's something that maybe Planet Odd is a bit caught on to. And that's where you win games, by picking strange heroes that people aren't used to when they've developed a comfort zone that they think they're okay with. So I'm expecting to see more creative plays coming out from Planet Odd this series, and I'm expecting to see Secret have to shift it up a little bit, because you know what? They do got one of the greatest captains in history, Puppy, to make that, you know, that draft a little bit unique on their own. So anyway, very excited. I just want to see that Misery Pudge one more time. The double gold, that was some big pimping. Both arms covered in gold? That's hype.
Yeah. Some King Midas stuff right there.
Yeah, boy.
Let's change it up to a bit of a fun flavor here, guys, because we have just a couple more moments before these players should be set and into the draft, and of course, we'll get right into it. 4 heroes remain, I believe, on our precious Arcana vote. I've seen some people out there hoping to push for some certain heroes. So who is it down to now? We got Pudge, we got Rubik, we got Sniper,
and we've got Invoker, right?
Invoker.
Yeah, Invoker. Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to hear from you. Who do you want to see get the new glittery special hat?
I feel if it's going to be Invoker or Rubik, we're probably going to be waiting till T99 before Valve actually get it complete. So we're taking a risk with those votes.
Do you think with those, there's just a lot
and simple, you know. Valve can, you know, bang that out within a year. So, I mean, Sniper gets my votes as well, because it seems to
just want it right away.
It annoys a lot of people. A lot of people are anti-Sniper.
So, Odie, you want Sniper just because you want to get it right away.
I do, yeah, exactly. I want it ASAP, and a lot of people on the internet are going to be pretty annoyed if Sniper gets the win.
But only because I already started. I know we have a draft, but Fogged and Slacks, who do you
I'm torn between Pudge and Rubik.
Pudge and Rubik?
To be honest, yeah.
Gotta go for the Rubik. I love playing against Rubiks. They're always horrible players, and I like winning my games. So the more Rubik Arcanas, the more games I win.
It's 3 of my favorite heroes, Pudge, Rubik, and Invoker, so I'm like...
Doesn't really matter.
But I'm not a core player, you know.
Which one do you not like then? Pudge, Rubik, and
I don't want sniper.
Okay, so I'll go for sniper.
Wow. So we got
hey, look who it is, Night Stalker.
Hey, Night Stalker gets through.
So he was ignored in the last game. Doom is not banned this time by Team Secret. And yeah, Planet Odd has the first pick this time around. And yeah, they take the Shaker for themselves. It's been working really well. Moon is, yeah, look, we mentioned yesterday, I think Bat and Earthshaker are two of Moon's best heroes. He's displayed that for sure.
Hello, hello, fans out there. Yes, I see you. Hello there, sweet boys. No? Huh? Yeah! The shooter. Classic. Well done. Anyway, yeah, Night Stalker going to be picked up here. Second pick from Team Secret. Could it be the Rubik? Could it be the Sand King, who has fallen off today? Haven't seen any of that. Yep.
That's your Rubik.
It could be the Rubik.
It is the Rubik.
My
God. It is the Rubik.
Clockwork fell off really hard too, right? I feel. I haven't seen
sure.
that.
But I mean, do we see many times? Would you pick Clockwork and Night Stalker as a duo?
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
saying in general.
Clock had some pretty unsuccessful games yesterday, if I remember correctly.
Oh, they picked the Lycan into the Night Stalker, so benefiting from the nighttime as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Every time you use his darkness, you're able to use Howl, and you get the double benefit from it for Lycan. So that's pretty sweet.
It is an early pick, though. You know, picking Rezo's hero second. We saw last game they wanted to leave it till 5th.
One of Rezo's favorite, though.
Sure.
Rezo's favorite. You know what they do pair with it occasionally? That Moon Treon or Moon Furion.
True.
Nature's Prophet. They like the benefit of the extra damage from the trees, and then the global presence of that Howl in the laning phase can also just open up a lot of and surprising kills too.
So the Shadow Shaman ban makes a lot of sense. It's one of the best pairings with the Lycan, of course, with the pushing, and also just for the laning phase, you hit like a monster, and then the extra health and everything.
But at the
having extra lockdown for
at the same time, I guess you obviously talk about how the Night Stalker can benefit the Lycan's Howl. Well, if Yabzor grabs the Howl himself,
of course,
it's going to make it even nicer for Secret. So the Rubik definitely, in that sense, feels rather nice against the Lycan when you have a Night Stalker in the game.
For sure.
Both teams are going to have the chance to play around with the Howl.
And now we do have the Clockwork banned out, though, anyway, by Planet Odd. Very good to isolate the Lycan and Shaker. Very obnoxious.
And they could absolutely still pick it for Kezu.
Second phase of bans. There's that Clockwork ban, and then the Shadow Shaman already, which is great. I mean, already a somewhat of a assertive push tempo could be coming out from Odd, getting the Lycan there. So getting rid of the best support who could amplify that is a no-brainer there by Secret. And a Viper again, gotta get banned.
These Viper bans, man.
It's the 5-man that he brings together, and with Lycan it can be really terrifying, and it's just such a damn strong laner.
I'll never understand. Viper ain't that hard to win against, is he?
In laning phase, it's pretty tough, yeah.
Oh yeah, but
if you kill
luckily for us, games don't end in the laning phase.
But the mid lane is super important right now, you know, that extra creep and everything. So it does. You don't want to have your mid laner get like kind of sacrificed in a way.
Sure.
So Planet Odd does ban the Enigma. I like that ban a lot. That's what I was mentioning before for Secret. I think that's like Kezu's best here and one of the best ones that they play around. So.
Get something spicy in there. Give me a Kezu Axe or something like that. Like it out, you know?
I like the Kezu Omni Knight too.
Oh, that's a hero we haven't seen at all, have we? On these last, have we seen that?
Oh, you know, let's not talk about him.
There's been a lot of heroes that have been swept under the rug. I mean, I haven't seen the Earth Spirit at all this event. I mean, I think he's been put on retirement. Looks like for now.
No reason to talk about heroes so that they get picked and then nerfed. All right, let's just take it easy. Let the Rubik get picked every game. That's what I want. Anyway.
Secret taking a bit of time to think here after they...
Any chance we could see a Legion Commander? A lot of teams that I know of like to pick that against kind of the Lycan. Make sure that you got this unbelievable lockdown that does a little bit of damage so we can't run away.
That's definitely a possibility. I mean, we saw them pick it last game when they saw like the likes of the Shaker, any sort of stun lock that they need to try and get the teammates out of. And, yeah, right, it's got the strength there.
Hey,
Keeper of the Light, so it's going to be the Kezu Night Stalker.
Night Stalker and Keeper of the Light on the same team.
Yeah. There's a bit.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, and I've heard this from others too, it's like, yeah, you always think of like Night Stalker as like the direct counter to Coddle because he just changes at night, but it's not really going to stop Coddle from a whole lot. You know, recently even I've been seeing Coddle's prioritize just getting Force Staff early on. You can still get the Axe later. Sure, you're not going to be benefiting from the heal or the vision, but you still get to keep Spirit Form 24/7. Allows him to safely be able to push out the waves and such. Blinding Light's still always going to be online at that point.
Coddle's just pretty annoying for Lycan to deal with. You pop your shapeshift and he just mana leaks you and you're like, well,
Well,
true.
Until you have your BKB, it can be a really big
in that sense as well, could Secret go for a Bloodseeker as well? Go for the mana drain, go for the the rupture, the HP
Oh, there
drain.
we go. And then they get a Earth Spirit to kick people, or a Tusk. Think about that. Mana drained, ruptured, Tusk Ags kick across the map, insta-kill, Owen. You're a genius.
So I do pick MPA. Well, it actually could still be me mid as well, but...
Okay.
Could be MP having a more scaling kind of core. Gives them objective taker to benefit off of the Coddle and the Night Stalker when they go for those. When they push out the waves, they can actually take those towers. Still lacking team fight, though, for sure, on Team Secret.
Sure. I like the troll, though. Gives a little bit of split push, helps out. Hey, who was that cutie? Woo! Aw. Not you. Don't wave back there. You're not the cute one, you damn bearded man. That's not...
Oh, the baby Dookie's waving.
Hey! Anyway, Lena, the two sisters, what is this? Night Stalker and Coddle, Lena and Crystal Maiden? This is a dank match, boys.
I like this.
Good magical burst versus the Troll Warlord.
Yep.
Safe mid hero as well. Does give Rubik some better spells to steal. But that's bound to happen.
Now Secret are going to see the mid lane matchup now and could prep something for mid 1 versus Alina.
Probably they want to ban out the TA for Planet Odd does want to ban it versus Secret because then Troll TA.
Does make things pretty single target focused if they did go for the TA. I know you were making the call for some team fight, but I don't know who kind of checks all those boxes as far as able to kind of swing with Lina in the mid lane, contribute some strong team fight, and be able to kind of potentially be that late game hard-hitting core. So it's a lot for Secret to think about.
Yeah.
20 seconds left, no reserve time. They've got a lot of pressure here. They could random the last pick, Fogged.
Oh boy.
Or leave it, not ban something. Like, remember at Epicenter, they forgot to ban the last hero.
Forgot?
Or Tident.
Wow, look at that.
Have not seen him yet this event, but we have seen him banned a couple of times.
That's it. I mean, because you would assume that it is going to be Moon playing the Shaker, but
yeah.
I mean, for sure they could swap it around, but definitely most of the time it's planning on putting that Earthshaker on the off lane.
Yeah, Misery's played it, you know.
Yeah,
a few
for sure.
times,
Yeah,
of course,
Misery
but
can absolutely give us a performance, but
Yeah.
recently it's always been Moon on the Shaker.
What about? I guess Nyx Assassin would only be to the benefit against the Coddle right there. But Tiny comes out.
Wait, so is this so what have we got? We're support Lina this game?
Or support Tiny?
Support Tiny. Bring it back. I love support Tiny. You remember the days where we used to pull with the toss?
Tiny?
Come on, do it, boys.
That was...
Surely it's most likely to be Lina CM support, you.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
I mean,
CM Lina support, off-lane Earthshaker, safe lane like in mid-time?
Mid-time.
This is the classic carry shaker. Tiny tosses them in, Echo slams, pops everybody. I'm feeling it.
I'm excited.
Craggy versus Troll, you're saying chain back.
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
There's the Visage. I'm surprised we haven't seen as much.
Is that a mid one? Safe lane Visage?
It's got to be. It's an MP.
It's a safe lane Visage.
Oh, and who's playing? So no, it's We Heart Lina.
We Heart Lina.
So it looks like it was going to be, I believe, the support Tiny, unless it's going to be Misery Shaker and Moon Tiny. But we'll have to see when we get in. This is.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
All right. Well, I was curious if there's going to be a bit of a change up there. It looks like both teams went with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Let's just go predictions. I really don't even know what to go for.
All right. I gotta go with the Tiny team this time. Feeling it.
Secret?
I'm feeling the toss on Secret. Toss up that Earthshaker to the glorious Echo slams.
Wait, Planet Odd had the Tiny.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're right. Sorry,
Yeah.
Planet Odd was on the right.
I'm not trying to wait.
Never trust the host.
I've been thinking still, so.
All right, go ahead, Owen.
I'm going with Planet Odd as well. I mean, if they're picking a Tiny like this, they've obviously got some sort of crazy strat. And I was impressed with them in game 1. I'm ready to see them try and look for a 2-0.
I'm gonna go with Planet Odd as well.
Oh God,
They have
not
those-
again.
No,
not again.
Well, it's a Visage safe lane, so it's like I've seen it before, but it does, can suffer.
Sounds great, guys. Let's throw it over to our casters right now to bring you game number 2. It's going to be Capitalist and Merlini. Take it away, guys.
I mean, I don't know about you, Ben. I didn't really break down the draft too much in my head, but the way I was watching Fog break it down into his head, I'm leaning Planet Odd all the way. It looked like he was doing some intense calculation there on the panel.
I don't even know what he was doing with his hands there.
Yeah, he was like doing numbers on his hands or something. I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
chat wheels are back. Yes.
Oh, the chat wheels back.
Yes.
All right, so last game we had a little bit of, I would say somewhat pretty standard for Planet Odd. This time, both teams have given us some spice, right? We've got a tiny pickup on the side of Planet Odd, which I haven't seen yet. Is it Misery? Yep, Misery Tiny. So we're going to have a support Tiny on one side, and we're going to have a core safe lane Visage on the other side. I'm pretty hyped about the core Visage. That shit is crazy, Ben. It's so strong.
I'm more excited for support Tiny.
I feel like that's hit or miss, you know?
Exactly.
you like watching people fail? Is that it, Ben? You like the spectacle of
I
it
like
all.
chances of people succeeding when there's a high chance of failure. That's more exciting. we know safe lane Visage is pretty good.
That's true. We've seen it before. We've seen mid Visage. We've seen safe lane Visage. Support Tiny, though. I know Fogg is a big fan of this, by the way. We played pubs with him.
That was
back
when you
in
could
China.
pull, though. That's when you could neutral
pull.
pull. Now you can't neutral pull anymore.
They do have an Earthshaker, though, still, so they can still do pull shenanigans.
Yeah, there might... I want to keep the camera on him and see what goes on.
All right, a little bit of body blocking for him. Are they going to go and, like, do a double smoke rotation, early kill, first blood, maybe?
It might be good to deal with the troll, though. That's actually, I think, maybe a potential reason. I think Fogg mentioned the Craggy versus the troll, but even being able to toss him away in the fights, I think is very problematic for him because trolls never build 4-staff. So, like, if you're out of the fight,
nice toss back.
Something happens like this.
They didn't have they don't have LSA though, so that's literally just a toss back for fun.
So mid one is playing safe lane.
Yeah, and it's going to be a mid Visage, which I believe does very well against Lina, or at least does well enough that you get your level 6 pretty early, and then you become quite the terror. Because the thing is, Great Keeper's Cloak means that Visage is just insanely strong to like any sort of burst damage, especially combo burst damage.
Maybe not Avalanche, though. I think Avalanche takes off the charges.
Yeah, that's true, because it's individual hits. You're probably right there. But Lina by herself isn't going to be too happy. They are kind of doing a bit of a dual lane here. They're going to get the telekinesis pull back here. MP slows him down. Gets a couple of pot shots, but nothing else. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we do have Kezu as the off-lane Night Stalker once again for Team Secret. Just have them run it in success earlier. Just yesterday against Vega Squadron, they were able to avoid a lot of the team fight scenarios thanks to the superior vision that they had. And it does kind of look like Team Planet Odd is going to get to a point in the mid-game where they are going to be very dominant in team fights and will have a lot of initiation. So I feel like that vision is going to be necessary.
I'm curious to see the reasons why they do run the off-lane Night Stalker over the support. Because yesterday it just had a few more levels, I would say. Like maybe 20 minutes onwards, it was pretty much played like a support Night Stalker, just always with the team.
I would say he got Hannah Midas, right? And that's something you can do as a core, but not as a support. I think it slows you down too much. Yeah, nice body blocking, though. That's pretty sick. It's only going to result in a little bit of extra damage, but...
Just for show, baby. Just for show.
I mean, that's what we talked about, right, in the beginning of the series, that, like, individually, these players have a lot to prove. They're looking
See
at
how much I can body block?
I mean, hey, every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, man. You got to make a name for yourself now, because everyone's going to be talking about how players did at TI. When you become a free agent next year, you know, you want people to remember you.
Or you could just say, I came second place at TI, and people already remember them. they don't need to prove
dude, people have short memories. It's what have you done for me lately sort of attitude. Saksa having some issues here with Secret. Managed to pull both supports down to the bottom lane for an early first blood against the Crystal main. They surely didn't expect that whatsoever.
And Howell's not up to save him.
Ben, when you were watching the draft, you said, hey, they've got Resolution Lycan.
His Lycan
they won already.
So godly.
And on top of that, it's Lycan versus Night Stalker, which we've already seen the synergy in some cases when you run them both on the same team, or in this case, the counter. Night Stalker is going to be making it nighttime a whole lot more often, which means the Howl is that much more effective.
Yep. Pretty common anti or counter first pick, rather.
Yeah, I think it was most notably Planet Dog who ran that in European qualifiers, right?
I think
Team
so.
Freedom as well. Yeah.
There are a lot of teams that did it.
Yeah. Moon Meander pushed back. The off-lane Earthshaker trying to get what he can. Doesn't have the help of Misery right now because Misery He's idling around in the mid lane, looking for his next opportunity to wrap onto MP and get a toss. But apparently it's not going to be with this push. Things kind of going as expected, Ben, when it comes to the laning phase? Because it seems like Secret are winning most of their lanes.
Yeah, I think they're kind of curious as to like what exactly the Tiny is going to do too. Like, is he going to just be trying to toss people in the tower after setup? Is he going to be like tossing Shaker in for some big combos, Ag style?
I felt like you were a little bit judgmental of the Night Stalker when we saw it off lane and his choices for the first nighttime.
It depends. I haven't actually seen too much off lane Night Stalker, but generally it seems like he was kind of doing what, again, supports would be doing, like scouting out a lot, not really farming too much, but looking to get involved very early. They have that observer ward, so they know no supports are sitting behind. But it's a pretty tough kill because he's on the far left. If you were on the far right of the cliff, it would have been so much easier. Radiant Skin just barely hit red, so they know exactly where he is. But Tiny is behind up top. He plays some Observer Ward, but it's just difficult. If they're in melee range of the troll, he's just whirling axes, and they don't have enough burst to finish him off. Tiny's suffering in the level department, so he can't get that sweet avalanche toss combo.
Cuddle Blast's got to be so annoying, especially you could throw Chakra Magic onto the Night Stalker. It's already got a very low cooldown on Void. Shorten that cooldown even further. They've actually got a lot of kill opportunity. He's going to pop the Howl here, knowing that he's being fully gone on. Does manage to dodge the Illuminative Blast as well. The LSA managed to land onto Kezu. That's a big one with follow-up of the Avalanche. They're going to hold Kezu underneath the tower long enough for the toss. And a final swing from Resolution to bring an end to Kezu's life, evening up the score 1-1. But it was a heavy rotation out of Planet Odd.
I'm surprised no one's made like a basketball mini arcade game with Tinies in there. That's as sweet as an alley-oop as it gets, man.
What exactly would that arcade game look like?
I don't know. Use your imagination.
I mean, it's not like you could miss. You can't miss the shot with toss, you know?
You can if you make the game crazy enough.
All right, Ben.
I'm sure someone could do it.
Familiar drops, catches Misery on the side. Full out Illuminative Blast plus the Visage Nuke. Gets an easy kill. This is when things really start getting crazy. The level 6 Visage.
What if
so much kill power.
Chakra him with level 4 Soul Assumption, and he has a Soul Assumption double strike. It's like Soul Assumption quad
or
strike.
Soul Assumptions, damn.
That's actually a lot of damage, but I mean that wouldn't come out until like super late.
But when you use it, it depletes your damage bar, right?
But it's a team fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah, but my point is you couldn't just go blah, blah, right? You'd have to wait like a second or two for damage to amp up again.
I'm not a Visage player.
Is that your excuse for everything?
Well, the thing is, I don't know if you, like, no one's ever played around with 0-second Soul Assumption.
That's true.
Yeah, you can still wait a second. It'd be fine. I don't think it does, though.
Misery gets a toss-up combination, but he is a little under-leveled. Not going to be able to finish off the Absorb by himself. In fact, maybe in trouble. Kezu gets a damage onto him. Thankfully, Tiny is naturally tanky. Those familiar birds, though. This is the danger. Visage is able to provide. The familiars can outrun most of these support heroes right now. They're able to catch Saksa, get him in the trees, but Resolution is going to pop the ultimate and starts going for MP. It is daytime, however, and he does have a lot of damage heading in his way. He's going to have to back away. Couldn't actually clear through the Visage's Gravekeeper's Cloak. He's just too tanky. It's such a heavy damage reduction in those like first 3 layers.
Yeah, they need a Tiny to get some levels. Maybe even prioritize a Tome on him, I would say. Like if he had maybe 1.5, 2 more levels, he would have been able to instant kill that Rubik, and then it's a quick and easy kill. But he's
give him some time, Ben. Give him some time. We still have another minute and a half until that Tome is up.
You always want your Tiny to reach that critical threshold where you can start instant killing supports, but it's going to get harder as the game goes on because of null field and people generally just getting tankier as the game goes on.
Yeah, it's like the core Tiny, he gets level 8 and he's, you know, supports at like level 4 or something. He just one-shots all of them. But a support Tiny's gonna have a very small window where he's effective versus other supports and even other cores potentially. This game, you have very tanky cores for the most part.
Being a tanky core, I guess, is one of the big benefits of Night Stalker. You have this permanent presence on bottom lane. He's very hard to zone out, so you can always go to his lane and threaten a kill. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, between the Shrine and the Chakra Magic, he's got like constant presence, full HP, full mana.
Yep, Troll ulti too, if they want it.
Oh yeah. So they're getting a lot of chip damage. It looks like Planet Otter are actually just gonna give up the tower right now, as they're trying to push out top instead, try and even the odds here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But Secret are gonna make the rotation to put a stop to this one. Get the toss up for the extra damage. It means they now lack it for this team fight, though. As Yapsur's going to come in, leading the way. They're going to turn, throw out the Avalanche, but they're kind of, well, the Fisher block in is going to allow them to be able to get the kill onto the Rubik, as Odd just had too many heroes there, it seems, for Secret to be able to fight.
Maybe Tiny's their tower hitter by tossing units into the tower.
I'm sure there are many other supports that could do that better for you, Ben. Like very popular one, say Shadow Shaman.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man down, 2-2, 10 minutes in. Secret may have lost a man at top lane, but they are currently holding their safe lane tower against the push. And it looks like, oh, they managed to catch Misery. He was in an awkward position. MP, again, he just, these rotations every single time to one of these side lanes has found some sort of support out of position. They can't outrun the familiars, so they just get double stunned and then slowed down by the, what's his Q called? Forgot.
Grape Chill.
Grape Chill, thank you.
The Bane of Darkness. I think Misery was trying to place them as a reward and then just actually could not see them because of that darkness range. Well, it's first on Troll, no surprise. They can do Rosh pretty soon. Solar Crest coming up soon, so they'll have the double Roshan items. Meanwhile, what is Alrezo going for? Armlet Mask is the common build, so that's Menace. No big surprise there. I was wondering if he was going to go something a little bit different, perhaps, but I think going like a Necro build, I think is really, really bad versus Mischance. Like the Blinding Light and Troll Axe, like summons are just awful at dealing with Mischance.
Necronomicon as a whole is just not a very good item right now,
awful.
Right? Pretty underwhelming. The Lina is top of the net worth chart right now. Planet Odd are doing well on Weehai. In fact, he's chipping away at that tier 1 tower mid too. That's the power of the Lina, right? He just spams out this Dragon Slave, always keeps the wave pushed in and just kind of like chips, chips, chips. And as soon as he does take that tower, then he starts pushing the wave into the tier 2 and it gives him the freedom of movement. Then he can start making rotations to the side lanes and it's a little hard to keep track of that movement since the mid wave is always pushed in so aggressively.
What do you think of the talent choice on Visage? He went for GPM at 10. I think No-Tail goes for XP. What do you prefer?
Yeah, I think I kind of like XP because some of his later talents are so good.
The quad strike double assumption.
Yeah, you get the 50 damage. That's a huge upgrade for a hero that right-clicks so much and has so much minus armor with the Solar Crest. Because Great Chill isn't just about slowing down the enemy, it's also about speeding yourself up as well. All right. They push in bottom lane and then smoke as a 3-man crew and wrap across. This is a really cool rotation because you know somebody's going to defend that tier 2 push. So they were hoping to be able to catch someone as they make the wrap down, but Resolution, they were just shy of being able to catch him. Maybe they can catch mid lane where they do jump on a puppy, but there it is, boom. They come in from behind, manage to catch Lina and get the double with the Crystal Maiden as well. Mid one pulls out both of those last hits and saved the tower in the process.
Man, they just got popped. Lina has armor issues. Most of their team actually has armor issues. Even Tiny with Craggy still, I think, is very low on the armor. So I don't necessarily know how they're going to itemize against this heavy physical and this early Solar Crest. I would like to see a Solar Crest of their own, but I don't know who would build it. Maybe like it even?
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is a very dead Earthshaker, it looks like. The familiar drops, holding him in place. He's actually so damn tanky, though. He's got that extra... No, he doesn't actually have the 10 strength. That's just his natural.
How?
Strength gain. How, that's what it was. Good call. But yeah, he finally does go down. And the Visage will look to take that mid tower. Misery, meanwhile, holding on to a lot of gold, so he's not actually going to finish up his Tranquil Boots or anything, and it looks like he may just go straight for the Blink Dagger, or maybe he gets Arcanes. Arcanes would be a little bit better for him to spam out waves and get himself some farm.
Pretty bad precedent, though, for Planet Odd, just getting crushed in the first 2 night times, losing a lot of objectives, lost most of their towers that are important to Roshan, and I think Secret can claim it fairly soon too. So if it gets later into the game too, they're gonna have daytime superiority with Keeper Ags and nighttime superiority with Night Stalker. So like Planet Odd, there's not really a good time of day for them to fight at all.
It seems like Planet Odd is in a similar position to game number 1, where they lost the laning phase and started losing control, but like probably like twice as worse. You know, because I feel like this team is going to come online for another 10 minutes. Blink Dagger, Tiny, Bloodstone, plus on Lina, and then the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. Like, these are all the items you really need to hit a strong mid-game stride, and they're feeling it right now. The Echo Slam onto 2, though. That's going to be a very good setup for Planet Odd. They almost managed to finish up Yapzor. A steal, not quite enough for him to make the escape. Misery's going to try and chase down Kezu. Can he get the Blind Avalanche? Can he maybe just see Kezu for a toss? Not a chance. He flies his way into the trees. And nice LSA, though. That is actually going to be able to catch both those familiars. That's very big. It's going to force a resummon out of MP. In fact, he doesn't even have it right now. On top of the 200 gold.
That was such
Whoa, those are fresh familiars.
That was a really quick Blinding Light, too, from Puppey. Puppey Blinding Light as soon as he echoed. So he wasn't actually able to connect with the 2-man stun after the Echo Slam. Insanely fast.
Mid 1, they've shown a lot of heroes at top lane, so it's time for him to push bottom as aggressively as he can. Make the best of a bad scenario for Secret. And, oh, again, Planet Odd just so rapid with the rotations. Moonman with the Blink Dagger has just caught mid 1, but he does manage to get the miss percentage on both these heroes and dodge some of the stuns. It looks like Weehaw is just not going to be able to keep up. Controls too fast. Wasn't going to be in range of the next Light Strike array, so...
Maybe expecting a Max Fissure instead of level 3 coming out from Shaker, I suppose, but wasn't able to get that stun lock.
Double damage.
Another drums being built by Saksa.
So ideally against a Night Stalker, you want to just be able to tank the ganks. Like, you don't want super squishy heroes that just die in a void. You want your team fight to be a strong enough ball so that when they jump you tank it and then you can turn around the fight. You want them to get to that point where they see you, but they can't actually do anything about it. So I don't know when that time's going to come for them, but with how they are still a pretty strong ball, I would say that combined with Earthshaker, probably their 2 biggest team fighting tools, especially if they can connect with.
Hey, again, it seems like Planet Odd are looking at a very similar time into game number 1, where they may have a hard time in the laning phase, but they're going to try and focus on hitting hard in the mid game. I just don't feel like these heroes are going to be doing quite as well as, say, the Templar Assassin that we saw from game number 1.
It is much harder for the Earthshaker this game because of familiars trying to stop his blink, and then the Keeper Light Blinding Lighting immediately after his combo, which we just saw, and then the Night Stalker, of course. Like, he can't see anything. He's blind.
Yeah. I mean, they ran around killing a bunch of heroes that were farming at the time. And this time around, Secret have made it a point to get some fighting mid-game heroes, right? MP on the Visage. Like, that is very much a fighting
It's not about the heroes, it's the items, dude. No Radiance.
Oh, well, that too. But let's say, like, the Night Stalker. That's a lot more active of a hero than the Legion Commander, right? So maybe a bit of hero as well as mindset / item build difference here for Secret.
I can assure you they had a game talk post-game about the Radiance and their general playstyle.
Yeah.
That is almost guaranteed based off how last game went for them.
Somebody's got to be a fighter. You know, Echo Slam, speaking of fighter, Moon Meander takes down Puppey real quick and opens up, well, maybe not. I was going to say maybe Planet Odd can push top, but it's actually Yapzor and Kezu quickly wrap in behind and see if they can catch Moon Meander on the way out.
Well, it's going to take them like 3 more blinks to buy a TV scroll.
I'm sure he's going to show back up in the lane eventually, right? He's going to wait for the supports to get bored looking for him. Nobody wants to stick around for a full minute doing nothing.
It's nighttime though. You don't feel safe. Night Stalker's also in that top lane, so.
Just keeps blinking along, keeping pace with the creep wave as it pushes out. He'll pop out eventually.
Oh yeah, he has Ciamara. I forgot he can stay Tranks plus Ciamara. Quite the combo.
Look at that. Boom. Pops out. 3 seconds is all it takes for him to kill the creep wave, and then on his way. Even if the Night Stalker was still around, it would have been difficult. Nice blink forward there from Misery, actually catching mid one. They almost burst him down. The Laguna Blade's not enough, but here comes Resolution like it. One swipe finishes off that hero. MP is going to be caught in the Light Strike array. He's going to be running out of AP Keeper's cloak, but he is still very tanky. Tanky enough that Lycan doesn't feel comfortable chasing him down, but a hit and a miss. Misery comes in, manages to get the toss in right on top of the Light Strike array. Planet Odd will take that extra core kill right on top of the tier 1 tower. Planet Odd, maybe they've begun to hit their stride already.
Yeah, you mentioned the timing. Bloodstone, Blink Dagger, boom. Immediately get a couple of big pickoffs, and now Troll is like, yeah, I need BKB. It's about that time. Or they need Roshan so that they can survive that gank and then turn things around, but they have neither at their disposal.
7-7. Secret's early game lead that they had is getting to dwindle a little bit. What is that? Aggressive 4-staff forwards. Weehaw in a bad position underneath the tier 1 tower. Yapzor, with the addition of the birds, are going to control Weehaw. Not quite well enough, though. Does manage to get the Bloodstone denied.
What a 4-staff by Puppy. Puppy's a god on Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, that was sick.
That's like his hero.
Really, Ben? Not Chen and Enchantress? Keeper of the Light?
Dude, his Keeper's really good. They use the first phase at every single time. The thing about Keeper is like he is like less patch to patch than Chen and Enchantress.
That's true.
So
those junglers are either in or they're out.
Yeah, but I think Keeper is something that you can pull out any patch.
Puppy tries to get a ward down. It's currently being chased by Weehaw. Fisher, oh, nice blinding light up the cliff. Weehaw still gonna be able to get there, but a 4-staff. Is that a save? The Yapzor saved his captain. Give up his life for him, but maybe it's actually just an additional feed. Puppy goes for the TP out, not gonna make it. Damn, he hits there. Hard. Planet Odd. They caught Misery though at the same time, farther up. Secret did manage to get a small rebuttal.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That crit did like 80% of his HP. Maybe not 80, like 60% of his HP.
Look at him, he's just going straight for the MKB.
Blinding light,
blinding light,
solar crest, crippling fear.
Crippling fear as well. He's like, screw all this miss percentage.
That's a value.
That is. Remember we were talking about it, like MKB versus Bloodthorn. MKB is just not good enough right now. Until these situations, Weehaw with the Invis is actually going to be able to stay alive for a little bit longer. They jump forward with the Yule Scepter, holding up the Troll. Weehaw didn't quite have the Light Strike array up fast enough, it looks like. And those two cores will skedaddle, but they did get a Night Stalker kill on a gank that was supposed to be favorable for Secret. So Planet Odd, they are on the up right now, big time.
Misery's doing a really good job of popping in and out at the exact right time as Tiny. I don't think support Tiny is very easy to play. Like, I think he is enabled by the Crystal Maiden, so he doesn't need to invest too much into mana items. Like Tranquil Soul is usually a pretty staple support build, but yeah, I think like he was able to farm the Blink because of the Crystal Maiden, and it might not be possible without the aid of her Frosty Warrior. They need Roche, both teams.
Though very soon he may not have to play that in and out game. He's so tanky now. He's got 1600 HP on Tiny, and that's not even with the completed drums.
Oh, he didn't even get the talent at 10.
Which is an additional 8 strength if he wants it. Wow. Is that Resolution ultimate? Oh, they have vision over the Troll. They're gonna run it down. Laguna Blade, they're throwing everything they can at mid one, but it's not quite enough. Oh, that Dragon Slick barely catches them on the other side of the cliff. A pushback there, blinding light, but that is not gonna be enough to save the Visage either. Once again, the Troll and Visage just die as a duo while they're farming. Yapzor is gonna be caught in as well. Planet Odd running over Team Secret. Man, every single game 1 and game 2, same exact storyline, same exact timings. It looks like Team Secret's doing good in the laning phase. They're building things up. We're talking about how Planet Odd are kind of struggling, and then they just hit this timing window. And they hit it hard. They play fast, they move around the map, getting kill after kill, and Secret just can't seem to keep up. Moonmander just found another one. He's gonna be able to catch the Night Stalker, leading up with the Eul Scepter, follow up Enchant Totem. Misery's here with his combination, and, well, this percentage chance. They have a Fissure. Oh, it's there, but Kezu's in the trees. Doesn't know where he's at, so Kezu will survive. Still, though, at the same time, like that's what I'm talking about. Playing fast, right? They go for a kill at the same time as they're doing Roshan.
Moon might say that they haven't been practicing the screen, but it certainly looks like it, or their chemistry has just endured a period of stagnation for them, because it still looks like they're that's a sign of a really coordinated and high chemistry team, is one that can make multiple plays at the same time around the map or move very swiftly from kill to kill, and they're not missing a beat.
This was not the Planet Odd that we saw in the NA qualifiers, right?
NA's tough now.
And no. NA is tough.
Yeah, I'm not.
But this is also Planet Odd. They
yeah,
better here.
I think they.
I don't know what it is.
I think this qualifier they had like a realistic chance of not making TI, and that probably affects your mentality a lot more. Yeah. Remember the last qualifiers, it was like EG them in complexity, and even then, like the 3rd place still makes the wild card. So right. I think they felt very comfortable in at least securing a chance to go to TI. And then this time I think it's like, okay, well, like it will affect you. What do you know? There's that many good teams.
Misery, his combination is almost enough to kill Puppey by itself. He had a little bit of helping hand from Moonmeander with the Fissure. They do have the Aghanim Scepter on the Visage, and I think I saw BKB for the Troll as well, right? So we just hit a spike for Secret. They couldn't fight back earlier, but now they can.
Supposedly.
We'll see if they can actually put it in action.
It's similar to last game that they have their 2 big cores just farming all the time. I guess this time they have the help of the birds, and he does have the eggs, so I see 3 birds up, but it's still so much momentum they lost in this. I guess it's the mid game right now, and they farm, but they've given up a lot more gold than they've farmed the past few minutes.
You know what I realized? You know, I feel like you talked about Roshan, right? They had such good control of the game. They had such good Rosh-taking heroes. It felt like it should have been very easy for them on one of those night times to just slip in a Roshan before Planet Odd hit their big swing with the Bloodstone and the Blink Dagger and etc., right? But they didn't get that. Now it's Planet Odd who have the Aegis in the hand. Seems like Secret just may have missed one of their kind of earlier game timings, and they're going to pay a serious penalty for it. Let's see if they can hit their mid-game timer a little bit better, though. They've got the Aghanim Scepter. They got superior vision. Their cores are a lot stronger now. The Ag's Visage is a huge peak for him, and Troll is going to have to worry about a lot less with this early BKB. As I say that, though, that's a full-out NKB for Resolution's Lycan.
What a player.
Jesus.
3rd item MKB.
He's ready to run fools down.
I think one of the downsides to Puppey playing Keeper is that they have a lot more issues with the farm distribution of the team, because Puppey usually gets a lot less farm, YapzOr gets a good amount of farm, but you look at the net worth and it's like very even. So if Puppey wants to get a Scepter, which he probably wants later in the game, they're going to have like less sentries, so they might be more scared of like Wolves scouting them out all the time, and they like YapzOr may not have the items that he needs to make the big plays.
Right.
Whereas for Planet Odd, you don't really need like any big item on Tiny aside from Blink Dagger. Anything else is just a luxury, and Crystal Maiden really just needs Tranquil Boots. Yeah. So this, like, they're even farm, but it's actually not an issue for them because they're not looking for like a big ticket 5,000
Resolution already losing half his mana there with a Mana Leak pushback, but Moonmeander does manage to find Kezu in the side here. A friendly Force Staff helps Kezu along, but he's still going to be Eul Sceptered up, and there's the BKB from mid one. He charges forward, and all these cores are actually locked to the side. They're going to be able to take the Lycan Aegis down. He finishes up Weehaw with the Lina as well. Now tries to make the escape, but Resolution has popped his ultimate. The Wolves are not going to be able to catch him out. They have the Glimmer Cape, they have the Toss forward. They are going to be able to get him, but Misery, it looks like it may just cost him his life. He's deep underneath the tier 2 tower. Moonmeander's getting a lot of control over too with that Enchant Totem, allowing Resolution his time to just eat through every single one of the heroes of Secret underneath that tier 2 tower. So Planet Odd are still able to take that team fight. It was an awkward start to it between the Mana Leak on Resolution and then Moon Meander catching Kezu.
They need a Lotus, I think, to deal with the Mana Leak. I think it's a big issue for Lycan.
I saw Moon Meander's working on it after his Yule Scepter.
Yep, that's the item.
Like he has it yet.
Or else, because normally your Lycan goes BKB, right? So you don't need to worry about Void, Telekinesis, like these spells that can limit your damage a lot. But Rezo knew that he was going to be kited during his first Aegis, so he didn't even bother casting Wolf Form until after he died the first time. If he has BKB, he can just Wolf Form the first time, but then he won't have the True Strike 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So he's playing very well to the build that he goes for. This is why I like Resolution so much as a carry player. He knows what to do with the items that he goes for.
BKB about to be finished up for Weehawk. That'll be a big upgrade for him. But vision is going to be lacking. The Night Stalker run around with the Ag's Gem. And then they're also getting the Aghanim Scepter on the Keeper of the Light, or at least he's got it queued up anyway. So there will always be clear vision for Team Secret.
But who do they kill? Like, how do you win the fight early as the Secret? You have to rely on Visage Birds bursting someone down, or Troll getting a bash or two.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're actually going to be trying to team fight if you're Secret. I feel like they're...
You can't play the keep away game. You can try, but like their late game is, I think, going to be subpar compared to Planet Odds.
Yeah, Planet Odd have so much catch with the Blink Dagger, double blinks, and then they also have Shadow Blade Lina. Like, those are 3 different heroes that if you try and play the keep away and split push game, you're going to get caught.
Yep, they need to catch Moon, but Moon is behind Rezo.
Telekinesis into the bird drop, maybe? No, they're just going to go straight up for the physical damage, and it's worth it too. They've already brought down Resolution, and Misery's down to half HP. Trying to make the most of this BKB usage. Mid one catches up with Misery. Almost finished him off with a toss back. Not quite enough. Laguna Blade execution. Moon Meander comes in big with the Echo Slam. Manage to hold in 2. They get their friendly Force Staffs though to be able to get the core out alive. Mid one's able to get away. MP is not. Planet Odd trade. Lycan for the Visage. Managed to pick up one of the familiars as well. Looks like that's going to be the end of the engagement. Both teams backing up to their shrines now.
They actually need more teamfight items on Planet Odd. They need a Solar Crest. We see Misery invested in BOTs, so he can try and deal with this Visage split push, but at the same time, now they have less protective items to deal with his BKB Zerg down. Lycan's going to lose that because he doesn't have BKB of his own, and he's going to get stun locked. So, like, even if he gets his BKB, he still can get stun locked, so they need additional tools to help him out. Lotus Orb, Glimmer Cape, Solar Crest, Force Staffs, of course.
Maybe Misery goes for the Solar Crest. I think he's probably the best target to go for.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for Silver Edge, it seems. Or Shadow Blade at least. So maybe CM can pick up the items. So she looks like she's going to second Lotus Orb.
Well, maybe they just think Resolution's going to be able to get a fast AC.
Yeah.
It's the BKB. That'll help out a lot.
Or he gets another Aegis. That would surely be nice. Their positioning so good in teamfights though. Rezo is, the heroes are all surrounding Moon. They know if Moon dies, they will lose the fight way more than they lost the last fight. So.
Oh, nice catch. Misery stops the TP out from mid one, but it doesn't look like they have the burst damage. Yapsor's TP will not complete fast enough. He does have both Blink and Force Staff, but he just takes the opportunity for a steal and calls it a day.
They also need, I think, Shiva's pretty soon on the Lina too. She can't actually like stay in the team fight. So she's going for a Pike instead. The additional Force Staff potentially could help Rezo a lot more and herself. But at the same time, she's sitting at 5 armor right now. 5 is really low.
Yeah, but just the familiars just run at him.
Yeah,
right.
That's the problem with
you can do.
Having no armor on any of these heroes. Actually, is just the familiars will just burst you down. So that's a itemization problem for your team. Like, how do you get armor?
The greatest scrape, it turns into a turnaround. They're gonna bring in mid one to go for the bash, but he doesn't get it. Oh no. Oh. That was a nice little play from Puppey. You know, he makes his way through the trees and he's like, oh, I got this. You think this is just a one-on-one? You think this is mano-a-mano? No, I don't play fair. I play dirty.
Mid one should not start a band because he would not be a one-hit wonder.
God damn it, Ben.
He almost got it.
Team Secret, they smoked up. They find their initiation. Weehaw, great target for it too. BKB and oh, but where's Kezu? Where's the gem? Homeboy, we needed you. Now Resolution's gonna pop his ultimate. Even with Weehaw so low, they're still thinking about going for it.
That's why you need armor.
That is definitely why you need armor. That's also why you need detection.
That is why you need
Resolution's running around, but not much is really happening. He's now been mana leaked up. Loses all his mana, gets stunned.
That's why you need Lotus Orb.
Planet Odd's gotta get out of here. This is getting real disgusting. That was the most awkward pre-engagement I've ever seen. So Secret, clear advantage here. Check out the Roshan pit, not there.
They are probably so surprised that Roshan is not up. It's like 10:45 right now, and 15 seconds left, and it's almost a certain respawn.
No first hit, second hit bash from mid one. A late Roshan. Come on, Valve.
Wow. I mean, come on, it's like 10% for Roche.
That's true.
Or for Bash. But, okay, so Lotus Orb 1 complete. Should make Rezo's life a lot easier. See, it also doesn't panic pop his BKB.
Quick, Ben, what was the percentage chance that Roshan was up when they checked?
It's what, 15 seconds, it's 1/12 chance? Or, sorry, 11/12 chance that it would have been up?
Yeah, 11 and 12, yeah. Well done, Ben. Wow. I don't know if it was right, but I'm going to congratulate you anyway.
Well, it's 15 seconds out of 3 minutes.
Weehaw going to be caught once again. The telekinesis, they had the vision there this time around. And there's the bash as well. All right. We get the RNG to the favor of Secret. This time, Saksa getting run down by the troll, but on the left-hand side, we do have Resolution. The big bad wolf, he's trying to catch on to something here. And with an Echo Slam lockdown, they're going to be able to get mid one for it. Lotus Orb's not going to save you. Neither is the Solar Crest. They're trying to get the counter kill, but Eul Scepter is going to protect Moon Meander while MP gets shredded by the full force of damage from Planet Odd. They may have lost their Lina. They don't give a damn. They're going high ground here against the two, Night Stalker and Keeper of the Light. The rest do not have buyback.
What a Lotus Orb. He Atos himself. And Grave Chill also rendered useless by the Lotus Orb. Excellent pick of him. Also gives him the armor so that he can take out the familiars. All around, pretty good itemization from Planet On. Looks like they should be able to clean this one out quite cleanly.
You know what I love about the fact that they always have some sort of pushing hero on the side of Planet Odd is the fact that, like, they play these team fights, and when you win one team fight pretty convincingly, like, boom. Like, you could just straight up end the game if the enemy team doesn't have buybacks.
That was the sound of Toss hitting the buildings, right?
Boom.
Boom. Yeah. Their tower hitter. No. You're not giving me that one.
12K gold lead. Saksa, goodbye, buddy. You died for the cause. Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
He has plate mail.
Yeah.
Lotus Orb, dude. It's item.
Baby.
Smash 5 Lotus Orb.
I mean, he had plate mail, but he also had Solar Crest negative on him. Still didn't matter. Oh, nice catch. Really, Secret need every single kill they could possibly get, but 4-staff save.
Oh yeah, they didn't take out Roche when they went for that last push, opting for the Rags instead. I think Rags is definitely the ideal one. Saksa.
Oh, this is going to be hard to fight into with a Stolen Fissure from Yapzor, Eul Scepter, Self-Eul Scepter from Moon Meander. Buys a little time. Misery tries to save his ally. Mid one comes in with the BKB, but again, is just going to be kited around while Resolution goes for the backline. He's also having a hard time dealing with these Glimmer Capes, but he is going to be able to snatch onto Puppey. Toss forward. Misery jumps in big, is going to be able to get the kill onto the Troll. Mid one's down, no buyback. MP, he's down as well, but he does have buyback. No way they're going to use it to contest Roshan, though. Planet Odd still get that big objective. Despite passing it over the first time, Moon Meander's just going to go for more right on top of the shrine. Tries to catch some heroes, but just gets turned around on. He's buying time, though. His allies are coming in. Reinforcements are here, and Moon Meander will survive. Gets the catch that he was looking for. Night Stalker's going to fall. Rubik does manage to escape, but I don't think it matters. Planet Odd are in full force here. They are wanting to go to the grand finals. They want to prove themselves against Team Secret. We're attending TI by beating them in 2 different best-of-3s.
And you can see a lot of deficiencies of the heroes that they pick. The offlane Night Stalker, they have huge damage issues. They actually could not kill that Shaker. He was right up in their face.
Did not matter. And they don't really have any damage coming out from their supports either. Usually when you have some sort of aggressive offlaner of those choices, right, you usually have a 4 position that scales or does a lot of damage for you.
Never bet against that guy's Lycan, though. Rezo Lycan is something else.
Ben Wu,
sure.
You sound like you're in love.
Yeah, he's, I think, probably the best Lycan that I've seen. It's just that good on the hero. Congratulations.
We started this whole entire series talking about how is individual players within their roles. You know, they are some of the best, right? Resolution's definitely one of the best carries out there. We've got Weehawn's proven himself time and time again as a mid player, even if his this year hasn't been his best. You've got some star-studded supports. You've got an offlaner who's, you know, got quite the history as well.
They have adapted a lot from yesterday, too. We do his thing a lot more. They camp mid a lot more when he was getting charged a lot by the Spirit Breaker. They enabled him a lot more in the Lina this time because they know Rezo doesn't really need as much help, especially when he is on a hero like the Lycan. So we do have our 2 grand finalists.
What do you bet here? Do you think Planet Odd, I mean, they, facing up against Team Liquid, it looked like they were a little bit outclassed. Do you think they're going to be able to build up that momentum?
Please, you have no faith. Come on.
Ben, I'm just setting you up.
You had that big spiel. Oh, they're like top 18 in the row, and they're like, they're crap. That's what I'm hearing right now.
I am setting you up to sing their praises, Ben. Come on. That is my job.
Oh. Well, I already know they're good.
I'm setting you up for success, Ben.
Rezo.
I am a Soxa. I'm a Misery, you know? And I'm trying to set you, Resolution, up for success.
Rezo needs no more compliments. Everyone knows he's already God tier.
God tier. That is a compliment. All right.
He's really good. And the rest of the team's really good.
Planet Odd, they've done it. They've managed to 2-0 Team Secret, and they are heading to the grand finals to face Team Liquid. Sure, plenty of surprises so far in Dream League. One of our surprises, who our panelists are. Slacks and the rest of the boys ready for you.
Thank you so much, Captain Ben, there in the casting booth. Phenomenal casting job. We'll be seeing more from them on the panel for the final. But for now, the panel, I have a special guest along with OD and Fog. We have Coach William Blitz here of Planet Odd. Firstly, congratulations. Also, you look fantastic, man. I mean, I'm sure it's been said many a times. This guy looks great. His team is looking pretty damn good. It's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, I mean, saving strats for DreamHack Atlanta.
That's the kind of teams that we like. Yeah. And they put Dream League at the top.
Who cares about TI? Not you and me, buddy.
Don't know, man. This is where we look to shine our best. Now, in all seriousness, no, I mean, this is a team who has been confident on Twitter, putting it out there and saying, we're going to do what we want to draft what we want, and we're just going to put it out there. As their coach, is that a front, or is that generally what they're actually doing?
No, it's hilarious. Misery wakes up in the morning, he's like, I feel like I'm going to draft this today. Everyone's just like, all right, that sounds good enough. I mean, it's not like we practice a lot coming into this event, but I think, you know, there was a lot of stress going into TI and stuff like that, and now we're just kind of playing Dota to play Dota without any of those limitations. Yeah. And it feels nice. Like, everyone's playing really well. There's no pressure on anybody. Yeah. When we lost, there wasn't this moment where, you know, you're hanging your heads. You're just kind of like, okay, well, Liquid's working really hard. It's okay. Like, let's see if we can beat Secret again. And, you know, we 2-0'd them. We improved on yesterday. It feels pretty good.
I don't want to harp on Will too much. I know we have some other experts here. Fog, what do you think about like the tiny pick up there at the end? It ended up working out well. We were like intrigued when it first grabbed. Is it going to be a core? Is it going to be a support? Ends up being a Misery hero.
I thought he put in a good amount of work. I was pretty impressed on it. I was comparing like the 2 supports versus the other 2 supports, and I was looking at Soxa and Misery, and then comparing them to Yapzor and Puppy, and I felt like they had a much more commanding impact on the game. Misery was like all over the place, making plays.
What do you think, OD?
No, I've been, you know, I did say I thought it was going to be a 2-0. You know, Planet Odd, they really seem to have got the momentum after that game 1. I think, as kind of Will say, you know, this is a team that didn't necessarily do a lot of scrimming and practicing coming up to this event, but at the end of the day, there's such an incredibly talented group of players, and you're never going to be able to take that away from them. So when they do hit their stride, they're going to turn up. They're going to go against a team like Secret, have these 2-0 performances. Resolution, this incredibly stable rock of a player, once again, just playing to impress. His Lycan performance absolutely perfect. He's just so good at knowing when to get stuck in, knowing when to get back out, and just trusting his team. As we're just seeing the whole side come together. Very rarely this sort of a failed team fight. Sometimes, you know, one player may go off, make a bit of a mistake, but when they're grouped up as 5, Planet Odd is showing us that they're bringing some of the best team fights here at Dream League.
Rezo's a beast. Right, he got pretty shut down in the early laning phase, and he didn't die at all. He completely recovered through that game, and yeah, you saw his impact that he ended up having. It was pretty remarkable to see.
So, Will, this means that the team is going to be moving into the grand final in a matchup against Liquid. Your thoughts about that matchup, or maybe how the team is feeling about it moving forward? I'm sure confident now that they're able to kind of push past Secret, but what do you think the head's at there?
I think Liquid, I think we match up well against Secret in general. I feel like our kind of style works out well against them. But Liquid is kind of a different beast in the sense that I think they're definitely one of the favorites at TI itself. I know that this whole idea of like saving strats and like playing poorly is not a thing. Like they might not draft as seriously as they want to, but they're at least going to play really hard. And I know you're going to expect Liquid, you know, these are some of the strats that they're going to run at TI, and this is kind of how they're going to play. So, I mean, it's going to be a hard one, but I feel pretty good.
All right.
Is it best of 5?
It's a best
of 5. Yeah, we'll 3-2.
And
you guys are on a dude. You guys are on a roll right now.
Yeah, I'm sure
every day
it'll be fine.
Every day gets better.
I heard no winner bracket advantage too, so you guys get to go in with a clean slate right up against them too. So I'm glad you're feeling good about it. We look forward to seeing your team perform, and it sounds like we do have Slacks off in that cozy corner with a winner's interview.
Oh, hello. Yes.
Looks like you got Mr. Moonmeander there.
That's right. We have the moon of Planet Odd himself, revolving around, causing a lot of waves. There's a lot of metaphors, Moon.
Sorry?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so let's talk about that last game. MVP, I believe your team called you. How did you feel? You feel the MVP of that game? You felt like you gave them everything you could? A 2-0 on one of probably the best teams that are in this tournament, besides you guys now, of course.
I don't think there's such thing as MVP. I think it's a team effort.
Oh.
But I think I was just yelling because there's no pressure, so we don't really care. And I think that similar to VP at Summit, you know, when you don't really care, you like just perform better, I guess.
Oh, come on, you guys care. I mean, a 2-0 against...
Oh, man, I DC Dream League, I DC TI7, I only care MMR.
Oh, my God. All right, so you're going to have to start caring because you're up against Team Liquid now. This is the finals. You could take their championship away from them and be the coveted Dream League champion.
I already won Dream League twice. Miracle won it 3 times, so I don't want to win 4 times. You know, he's the 4-time Dream League winner, so I want to tie it up and beat him.
There we go. See? Now you care. It's about beating him. It's always a competition with you guys. Oh, look. One guy clapped. He got hyped. All right. Yeah, there you go. All right. Anything we can expect to see from you guys in that tournament? Anything?
Yeah, we're just going to focus Miracle, keep killing him. Hopefully he tilts. Yeah. I mean, he's the thing in the past now, you know? Everyone is 10K now, he's still stuck in 9K, so it's probably going to be easier, right?
I guess so. All right, well, you're here to hear it first. Thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you, and we will soon find the winner of Dream League coming up in our best of 5 grand finals. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you after this very short break.
What if there was a DreamHack PC? What if we told you there is? This is the DreamHack PC, built with the best components on the market, optimized for a flawless esports experience. Just add games.